Wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Good morning, Vietnam!
Hello there.
What's happening?
I feel the need for speed. Ow! Warrior, come to play.
Here's Johnny.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cinemateq. It is Wednesday. It is the last day of August, the 33rd? The 31st. Some would say it's the last day of summer. I think that's bullshit because I don't know if you can tell by the look on my face, but the sun is still out and it is still causing sunburns. And well, this isn't a sunburn, it's just a little bit of heat coming in, right? So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. In fact, I think it's a good thing. I'm also live streaming on TikTok right now. Hello, TikTok people. How you doing? As always, we're just going to be chatting with each other for a little bit. I also need to rearrange my TIFF schedule today because I found out a fun thing. And there is, I guess, other stuff we can do. I did have a whole thing going on before where we were doing an Archive of Excellence nomination thing. And, you know, the results are in, so I could talk about those, I guess, a little bit if you guys wanted me to do that. But yeah, let's see what we got going on in the chat. Nothing really going on in TikTok right now. Come on, guys. You gotta have something for me here. Dory saying, what's up in YouTube land? Yo. Pen is also here. What's up? Eli saying, howdy. Dory wants me to do a live review of Beast. I'm actually thinking of recording like a long review tomorrow, so I may or may not give you my thoughts on Beast today. We'll see. We'll see. Trey saying what's up. Preston saying what's up. Hello, everyone. Hello. How you doing? Looks like over in TikTok land, we got Movie Buff saying hola. I like it. And Skywalker saying Ayo, and then Movie Buff is saying, why is Top Gun your number 2 fave film? I guess you're referring to my Letterboxd, and if you're not following me on Letterboxd, you should. Those those roasts might be coming back, so follow me if you want me to roast you. But yeah, Top Gun, I wouldn't say that Top Gun is my number 2 favorite film of all time. It's just in my top 4. Aside from Blade Runner being my number 1 favorite film, I don't really have the other 3 kind of ranked. But Top Gun, for me, the original, is a nostalgia film. It's a film that I've been watching my entire life. And I love it to death. I love every little bit about it. How 80s it is, the subversive queer content of it. I love the performances of it. I love how over the top and dramatic it is. The dog fights are really cool with the planes battling each other. That's sick. Like, it just has so much cool stuff. Looks like someone's also asking for a Prey review. I could give my quick thoughts on that. Also, I see you, Skywalker, asking thoughts on 3,000 Years of Longing. I haven't seen it, but I guess I can give like a little bit of a summary of what's going on with that film. So for all of you who don't know in TikTok or YouTube land, 3,000 Years of Longing is the new film from George Miller, who directed the Mad Max films, including Mad Max Fury Road, and it did absolutely garbage at the box office, due in small part, or at least in some part, to the fact that it had an absolutely horrendous marketing campaign. Like, if I didn't know that that was a movie that was coming out, then like there was nothing out there to tell me that that was a movie coming out, right? Like, the people who were in charge of getting people into theaters to watch that film should probably not do that stuff anymore. Also, shout out to Buttons for sending in some donuts and some wishing bottles. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. And yeah, so I still do intend on seeing 3,000 Years of Longing. For those of you who don't know, I think on, September 3rd, we're having International Movie Day or something like that, and a bunch of theaters all over the place are doing $3 tickets, so I'll probably take advantage of that and see 3,000 Days of Longing with that. So, looking forward to it. I've heard it's a little bit of a messy film, but I'm not going to draw conclusions of it based on what I randomly hear on Twitter, right? Because that's not a good way to live your life. But yeah, I do have somewhat high hopes for it. Favorite TV show of all time? Twin Peaks, X-Files, stuff like that. I'm a weird dude. You know how it is. Probably the worst marketing campaign ever. Even The Room had a better marketing campaign. Dude, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, if we probably look at the numbers, The Room has probably made more money than 3,000 Years of Longing, no doubt. So we got Trey over on YouTube saying, so apparently Winnie the Pooh horror movie got a trailer, and I'm not impressed. You're not impressed with the trailer, Trey? Why? What wasn't good about it? Was it not Winnie the Pooh just murdering people? Because I think that's what it was supposed to be. So if it's anything other than that, I can see why you might be disappointed. Eli watched Predator 2 today. I have a lot of love in my heart for Predator 2. It's kind of back. I remember watching it before I knew that like sequels were supposed to be bad, right? That like these sequels are like terrible. Like I grew up in a world where Terminator 2 and Aliens existed, and those sequels like fucking ruled, right? Like those were always the more preferred films to their originals, at least when I was like, 8-10 years old. And so when I saw Predator 2, I was like, yeah, this is a good sequel. I remember having a lot of love for it when I was a kid. Obviously Gary Busey has fallen out of favor quite recently, but I really like him in that film. I like Danny Glover in that film. I like what's his name? Isn't Bill Paxton in that film? Yeah, I think Bill Paxton's in that film. I always love how he like sort of like bounces between the different franchises. Like he's in the first Terminator film. Hey, Rocco's here. Also, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, you may be disappointed to see that you cannot see my sink today because I have this lovely black curtain up. The sun is getting to that point in the year where it's just blasting in through my window. So yeah, strong chance that it's going to make an appearance, and I don't want that. I don't want that for you guys. It'll just light me up. It'll make me look like I'm streaming from the moon. Preston's on both streams. Nice. Oh, Trey, you're not impressed with the setting of the Winnie the Pooh horror film. What is the setting of it? I haven't seen the trailer, admittedly, so I can't speak to it. Sorry, Preston, you are not seeing the sink today. Let's see. Speaking of 2,000 Years of Longing, what are your George Miller rankings? My George Miller rankings are probably pretty in line with what you may assume. It's been a long-ass time since I've seen, like, Babe, Pig in the City, or I don't even know if I've seen Happy Feet, which I know he directed, and I think someone in the YouTube chat pointed it out. It's wild that the guy went on from directing the Mad Max films to directing Happy Feet, and also Babe, Pig in the City. But my George Miller rankings off the top of my head would be Mad Max 2, probably Fury Road, although I'm not as high on it as a lot of other people are. So I could probably see myself on some certain days putting the original Mad Max over Fury Road. In any case, the top three are certainly Mad Max 2, number 1, and then you can flip between either Mad Max and Fury Road for spots 2 and 3. And then after that, I'm not a huge fan of his output, to be totally honest. And I also just don't remember seeing a lot of his stuff, and it's been a long time. So I'm sorry I don't have better rankings than that, but that's sort of where my head is at right now. What do you think of the upcoming David Bowie biopic? So you are talking about a film called, God, what is it called? Moonlight something? God damn it. I've seen the trailer for it a few times. Moonage Daydream. There we go. So based on the trailers that I've seen so far, it looks incredible. It looks absolutely stunning. I may try to see it if I can at TIFF, although I don't know if I'm going to be able to. And I think it's going to be fantastic. Like just the images that I've seen in the trailer alone make me so happy. I just love it. I love it so much. I think it's going to be great. Can you do like a director battle? What do you mean by a director battle? Weird Al trailer. I haven't seen the new one, but I did like the original trailer that came out. I'm trying to keep my impressions of that film fresh because I'm going to be seeing it, the press screening at TIFF. So I want to go in with a fresh perspective in my mind. I saw a small independent horror movie called Jane in theaters. It was superb. A high schooler uses a troll social media account to get ahead in school and enhance her college application. Oh, I think I've heard about this movie, actually. Movie. Didn't this play somewhere? I feel like maybe it did. Jane is a 2022 American thriller directed by Sabrina Yagom and written by Yagom and Rishi Rajani. The film stars some people. Ooh, Melissa Leo. Nice. The film was released not that long ago. 5 days ago. And the plot is a high school senior, Olivia, who struggles with grief from the recent loss of a friend. When she gets deferred from her dream college, she begins to spiral and experiences a series of increasingly frightening panic attacks. In an attempt to regain some sense of control, she embarks on a social media-fueled rampage against those who stand in the way of her success. But as things escalate, she is forced to confront and ultimately embrace her darkest impulses in order to get ahead. That sounds pretty cool, actually. And it's only 80 minutes long. Oh, baby. Something about a movie that doesn't waste my time. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty cool. To me, Mad Max Fury Road is the most epic film. I'm not going to deny that Fury Road has got a lot of cool shit in it. I just think that it's one of those films where it is so shiny, and forgive the pun, but it is so shiny that it almost blinds people to its narrative faults. It's one of those films where the kind of not even the myth, because it was so well documented, but the story of how it was made has, I think, influenced people's perceptions on the film a little bit. Every time I watch it, like, of course the visuals are like astounding, and I think some of the comments about the film, I think Steven Soderbergh very succinctly said, every time I watch it, I don't know how they're not still making it, and I don't know how no one died on that film. Like, it's a very audacious film to be making from a production standpoint, but in a lot of cases, it just doesn't work for me in like a narrative sense, in the way that the narrative is structured. It just seems like it's all flash and not much substance, even though there are some very important themes being discussed in that film, the exploitation of women's bodies being chief among those. And I think in a lot of ways, Mad Max Fury Road, or at least the success of Mad Max Fury Road, is somewhat analogous to the success that Top Gun Maverick is seeing right now. I think it's a film that, speaking of Top Gun Maverick, that people just are very willing to disregard the fairly basic and extremely holy, not religious, but very holy plot, because the visuals and the action work so well for them. I think actually those two films share kind of a common DNA in that regard. And it'll be interesting to see when the Oscars get announced if Oscar voters are going to be championing Top Gun Maverick to the same extent that they did Mad Max Fury Road. If you'll remember, the year that Mad Max Fury Road came out, I think it actually ended up winning the most Oscars that year because it walked away with all the technical awards. Fury Road is a fine film. I would say it's way too overrated, but it's a fine film. Yeah, I think that's fair. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hello, Fernanda. Thank you so much for joining us. Favorite movie you watched this month? Mine's Whiplash. Easy. I would need to take a quick look at what I've even watched this month, because I feel like there's a standout. And for those of you who are watching, if you want to get my full thoughts on everything that I've watched this month, I will be doing an exclusive Patreon live stream. I do one every month on the first Monday of every month. And so if you want to sign up for Patreon at the mid-budget level, it gets you access to that exclusive live stream that'll be happening, I guess, on this coming Monday. So with that little plug out of the way, what have I actually watched in August? I feel like I've only seen about 20 new films this month. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and I've seen 22 because I haven't logged the beast yet. So, what has been my favorite film that I have watched this month? I can tell you that it's not The Invitation, it's not Dragon Ball Super, Superhero, it's not La Chada, it's not Girl Picture, but I really did like Girl Picture. Okay, so in this month, I did see Bullet Train, and I did see La Haine, and I did see Let the Right One In, and Brink of Life, and The Magician. So a lot of really great films, and I also saw The Square, which I really enjoyed. So I don't even know if I can pick like a number one film of the month, you know? I did have a lot of fun with Bullet Train, like a lot of fun with Bullet Train. What's your thoughts on Whiplash and Nightcrawler? For me, the two most overrated movies of all time. I don't think they're overrated. I think Whiplash is actually fairly well rated in terms of its actual quality. It has one of the best endings of a film in recent times. The setup and the anguish that Miles Teller goes through the entire time. J.K. Simmons' performance is pretty solid all around. So yeah, I don't look at Whiplash and see an overrated film. Similarly with Nightcrawler, I think it's talking about very important issues that we face in the media landscape today. And also Jake Gyllenhaal's performance is like bananas. So I appreciate both of those films. I don't think they're overrated personally. Let's see. Mad Max Fury Road felt like ripping the longest line of coke. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I think. As for a film that I haven't seen yet until now, Blade Runner 2049. Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Tom's here. What's up, Tom? Not much. We're just chatting. I'm going to be getting into my TIFF schedule in a bit, but we're just chatting right now, taking questions from people on TikTok. What's up, TikTok? And YouTube. What's up, YouTube? Dual streaming, as I do on occasion. Let's see here. Thoughts on Prisoners. Great movie. I think that was really the film where Denis Villeneuve... I don't know if I would say it's the film where he like announced himself, because that would probably be Arrival, funnily enough. But I think that was the film that really put Denis Villeneuve on the map in terms of Hollywood, in terms of people in the industry looking at Denis Villeneuve and being like, okay, this guy can work with like big actors. He can put together a very succinct and tight and thrilling film, and maybe this is a person that we should consider investing in the future. And obviously they have, and obviously it's paid off for all of us. And on its own, I think Prisoners is a wonderful film, you know, without like removing the aspect of it being that it helped launch Denis Villeneuve's career in Hollywood. Remember, he was a very well respected director in Canada before he jumped down south. And so for that reason, I think Prisoners is pretty great, but it's also just a really good movie on its own. Do you work in film? Well, Jessica, I have worked in film, and I have worked as a producer. I have worked as a production coordinator. I have worked as a second assistant director. I have worked as a second assistant editor. I've worked as a first assistant editor, although some of these credits I'm listing off were for TV, but functionally, those positions are no different from TV to television, so it's kind of just all the same industry. So I have done, yes. I started working in the film industry in 2009. I got out in 2013 to go back to school, and then from 2015 to 2021, I worked more as a digital producer, YouTube channel manager, that kind of stuff. So I've done it all, you could say. Do you work in film? Does anyone here work in film? Looks like YouTube's starting to pop off a little bit more. And by the way, to the TikTok people, if you would like to see me live streaming in high quality and with better audio, come on over to the YouTube stream. Got a lot of people in the chat over there, chatting up a storm. Looks like, Preston has seen 51 films for the first time this month. That's wild. Well done. I remember I did that in like an October last year when I was or not last year, but like when I was trying to do the one film a day challenge years ago. That was my October, and that was a very necessary October in order to get me over the finish line. It's a lot of movies, dude. I have a minor in film studies but went into advertising. That's cool. What was your favorite film that you saw when you got your minor in film studies? I told my family I had a great family film and put on Clockwork Orange. Anyone have an Airbnb? I don't understand the last part of that, but that is awesome that you would put on a family film and it's actually Clockwork Orange. Ridiculous. Preston also saw Satan Tango this month. Nice. Dory saying Triple R is the greatest film in my life. I still need to watch it. Dory saw 60 movies this month. One movie saying Tango is 8 hours long. God damn. One of these days I'm going to have to figure out how to pronounce it properly, because I keep calling it Satan Tango, and I'm sure that's getting me like put on a list somewhere, especially with the Christo-fascists taking over in America. But my God, just like what a wonderful thing to call a film. Satan Tango. I love that. That's a great thing. Let's see what else we got here. I believe it is only paired to Everything Everywhere All at Once in terms of bringing something fresh, even dealing with overdone subjects. I believe, Tom, you're talking about Triple R there. Still really need to watch that. And Dory's saying they don't count the rewatches. Yeah, neither do I when I talk about the amount of films I've seen in a month. I don't think I rewatched anything this month, although I can't really say for sure. My memory doesn't work that well sometimes. You guys know that already, though. And also, if you're watching in on either YouTube or TikTok, I'd appreciate it if you were to like the live stream. If you are liking what I'm doing, liking what I'm saying, or at least liking the fact that I am answering your questions in a way that is satisfactory to you. Because we're not always going to agree. Like this one here. Everything Everywhere All at Once is the most overrated movie of all time. I disagree. I think Shawshank Redemption might be the most overrated film of all time, although I do need to rewatch it to confirm that. But I think Everything Everywhere is a fantastic film, one of the most original films that came out this year, and it just made me feel so happy and with my jaw like on the floor. So yeah, that's it's a good one. It's a good one. We got Jimmy asking, not going to spoil it, but took me 5 tries today. I assume you're talking about Framed, because you've never watched the movie. How many for you? Well, Jimmy, I'm not going to spoil it. You're going to have to come back in 2 days when that video goes up. I can assure you that it's a sweaty one. It's a sweaty solve, or not solve. Who knows if I got it or not? I'm not going to say. Just going to have to watch. I was told that it's Shat in Tango. Nah, Satan Tango sounds way better. I watched 28 films this month. Right on, Eli. Right on. One of the most overrated is Midsommar. Nah, I think Midsommar's pretty good too. But I'm just a sucker for that elevated horror nonsense. I did hear a pretty funny thing earlier this week. I think it was on Twitter. Someone basically saying that elevated horror just means that the film doesn't have a rap song playing over the credits explaining the plot of the whole film. That's what elevated horror is. That made me chuckle. Let's see. It was from a Hungarian guy, so I listened to him. I mean, yeah, obviously. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about in terms of pronouncing Satan Tango. I'm having fun because I think Satan is hilarious. And tangoing with Satan sounds kind of fun, actually. So I will continue to call it Satan Tango for at least for now, at least. Ooh, Tom also saying that Star Wars is overrated. I mean, I in general disagree with that, because when you say Star Wars, I just think of Star Wars A New Hope, which is, the first one. And it was originally called Star Wars before it was called anything else. And I do believe that Star Wars is one of the better American films that was released in the 1970s. A very important film, a very influential film, obviously. And, the legacy of that film and the legacy of all the films that have come out under that banner is bad to debatable to controversial. And there are probably some films in the Star Wars universe that are a bit overrated, but I think the original still holds up very strong. Join Q. It's a movie app. My username is MovieBuffAri. What is Q? Is that something I can just Google and look at? Or is this like one of those apps that only people on certain platforms can do? What's in your queue? So is this just Just Watch, but a bit different? Because I do use Just Watch to figure out what I want to watch and what's available in my territories. Fortnite Movie when? Oh, it's gonna happen. There's no way that a property that large doesn't get turned into a film at some point. Of course it will. And they're probably going to do it in some lame Ready Player One way, where it's someone gets sucked into the game or something like that. I guess that's not really Ready Player One, but, it's going to be something like that. Have you seen The Sea Beast? Everyone's saying it's great. I, however, found it to be an average cliche movie for kids. I mean, it might very well be an average cliche movie for kids, but in that sense, it might be really great at being an average movie for kids. Maybe that's what people are talking about. I have not watched it yet, although I have a feeling it'll end up being on the list of best animated films of the year, maybe even for the Cinemateq Film Awards, so I will be watching it. I will be watching it at some point, but I have not watched it yet. Hello, TJ. Last night I watched King Ralph. It was great. What's up, Josephine? I have not seen King Ralph. I don't know anything about that movie, actually. What's up with it? Tell me about it a little bit. My Saturday with a $3 discount, I'm rewatching Sunset Boulevard, Aliens, and Apocalypse Now in theaters. Good Lord, Dory. That is a fantastic thing to do. So wait, is the $3 thing it's actually this Saturday? Oh yeah, it's the 3rd. I can't believe they're doing that on a Saturday. Why wouldn't they do it on a Monday or a Tuesday? That's weird. Least favorite Fincher film besides Alien 3. I mean, actually, I really like Alien 3. I'm probably one of the only people in the world who actually likes that film. I don't think I've seen all of Fincher's films recently enough to give a least favorite. Although maybe I can draw something from that. I can say that out of the ones that I remember and that I have seen recently, I think Mank is probably my least favorite. Because Fight Club is cool, but misunderstood by a lot of people. Gone Girl, I think, is really good. Social Network is really good. Seven is good. Zodiac is good. I have not seen Benjamin Button. I have not seen The Game or Panic Room recently enough in order to talk about them in that way. So I guess I'm going to go with Mank, because I also really like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And I do really like Alien 3. Maybe I should do a Fincher tier list or something like that. We'll see. But yeah, I think Mank. I think Mank is at the bottom there. Have you seen the Blood and Honey trailer? I have not. Oh yeah, the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey thing. No, I haven't yet. I have not yet at all. Showed my baby brother Seven last night. Why did you do that? Wait, are you the guy who was like asking a couple of weeks ago if you should show your like 8-year-old brother like Seven, and I got upset about it? Was that you? Why would you go through with that if that was you? That's way too young to watch Seven. Hello, Lucas Voorhees. How are you? Have you hung out with your cousin, Jason Voorhees, recently? Are those awkward family reunions? We're joking. We're having good jokes. Let's see here. I think the movie would be about the lore in the game, not somebody getting stuck in the game. Talking about Fortnite? No. I can guarantee you that the people who get into producing that film are going to be like, oh, there's lore in this game? Fuck all of that. Let's make an entertaining thing like the Emoji Movie or some shit like that. No way that they are going to respect the lore of Fortnite in the Fortnite movie if they ever do make one. The best movie recap channel is Minute Movies on YouTube because he's really funny and not a robot. Are you suggesting that I am a robot, Boone? That I sound like a robot? Because I do not. I don't think so. Do I sound like a robot? Am I robotic? Uh-oh. Fortnite 2 Battle Among Us has the green light. I don't even know what that means. I'm not a Fortnite person. All right, let's head over back to the YouTube people. See what's going on over there. But I still... Oh, wait. I agree that Everything Everywhere All at Once is fairly rated. I love it. But I will say that some of the fans online for it are very annoying. I mean, you're always going to get that. That's never not going to be a thing. People are always going to figure out a way to be annoying. The original trilogy of Star Wars are all fantastic films and definitely my favorite trilogy. I think honestly, if we're going to talk about like overrated films, Empire Strikes Back is a little overrated. I find that movie kind of crawls a little bit, right? I know that's maybe not a fair criticism of it, but it's not, I think, as great as people think it is. But it was the first film to get voted into the Cinemateq Archive of Excellence, so what do I know? King Ralph is about a Vegas entertainer, John Goodman, love it already, who becomes King of England after a freak accident kills the entire royal family. That's sick. That sounds like a great movie. The least Fincher movie is Alien 3. I think that's true because like the movie was definitely recut after he finished it, and I think he was fired from directing it with like 2 weeks left to go or something like that. So yeah, it does feel like the least Fincher of all Fincher films. But I think if you ever get to watch the Fincher cut of Alien 3, I think it improves the film quite a bit, in my mind. Maybe I'm just not remembering it properly, but I do think it's the better version of it. Mank is that film that I think will go up in esteem as time goes on. I don't know. I don't think it did enough during its initial release. Like, I don't think it... Yeah, I just can't imagine what about it we're going to be talking about down the road. You know, like, what is that thing about Mank that we're not discussing? Can't wait. So the Minecraft movie with Jason Momoa. I mean, I love Jason Momoa and everything. Oh, you didn't show your brother Seven? Good. Good. But my uncle's name isn't Voorhees. So wait. Oh, and you're born on the 13th? Hilarious. Might have a serial killer in the chat. Other first-time watches of mine from the last time we talked. Stay tuned from 1992. Adventures of Prince Ahmed from 26. And Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter, 68. I don't think I've seen any of those. Yeah, no, confirmed, I have not. Benjamin Button is very good, a bit too Oscar-y, but still good. Okay, yeah, I should probably check it out. I owned it for a long time and just didn't watch it because I'm an idiot. And I should probably do that. Buttons, you want me to give you a movie recommendation? I mean, you got to give me a bit more than that. Otherwise, I'm just going to tell you to go see Portrait of a Lady on Fire. There you go. Go watch Portrait of a Lady on Fire. It rules. Or go watch Apocalypse Now. It also rules. But the theatrical cut, or the final cut, just not the Redux cut, not yet. Watch the original cut first if you can. The final cut if you can't, and Redux if you must. My best love from Lynch by far is Fight Club. I assume you mean Fincher. 20 years on and still fascinating. Yeah, I just think, I mean, you're not wrong. Fight Club is one of those films that does have a legacy behind it that people still talk about and people still watch. It is unfortunate that so much of the film's legacy is wrapped up in people kind of misunderstanding the message of the film, which, you know, as an artist, as a creator, as soon as you put something out into the world, you no longer can control how people are going to interact with that piece of content, with that art. So yeah, it's tough, but I do think that, yeah, it was a well-constructed film, certainly. What's some good films like Juno? I mean, I would first say check out other films that were written by Diablo Cody, like Jessica's Body. That would probably be up your alley. If you're just talking about like quirky independent films from like the 2000s, you could also take a look at some of the other films Michael Cera was making back in those days. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. Other Michael Cera films from that time. Maybe try, if you're looking for like an action version of an independent American film, like American Ultra, which had Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart in it. Stuff like that. Thoughts on Enemy by Denis Villeneuve. I haven't actually seen it, so I have no thoughts. My only real thought on it is that I should see it. Seven is brutal. Definitely not a kid's film. No kidding. I adore Empire Strikes Back. I think it is a perfect film. Yeah, I'm not overly keen on it. I do like it. I just think I've probably seen it way too many times. Your voice is great, TJ. I wish I had half of it. If I could cough half of it into the microphone for you to have, I would. What's a movie that made you cringe a lot? The Invitation. I just recently saw The Invitation, and that made me cringe a lot. Not as much as the people talking behind me, though. Those fucking idiots. I guess maybe I can tell a story. You guys might find this entertaining or amusing. So I went to see The Invitation. I saw it last Thursday because I was planning on doing a review for it, and I did put a review for it up on TikTok and on YouTube. So all of you guys could have seen it. And I was at the very first screening on Thursday, so this would have been like at 4 p.m. And I guess a lot of like groups of teenagers came in to see the film. And I mentioned this on Twitter, so you guys may have already heard this story, but here's like the fuller explanation of it. I was sitting maybe 3 or 4 rows back from the bottom. Then there was kind of like 3 or 4 rows of space, and then just like various groups of teenagers like all up in there, but like different groups. And as the film started, I was like, oh, you know what? The mixing in this film is actually pretty good, because it feels like it actually feels like I'm in this cafe. Like they're doing a really good job with this mixing. And then I realized that it was just like a bunch of fucking teenagers like quietly whispering to each other in the back few rows. And from that point up until maybe half an hour into the film, the volume of that whispering was just getting like louder and louder and louder and louder. And in this situation, normally, like if it was one person, I would have gotten up out of my seat and just like walked up to them and quietly said like, would you mind keeping your voice down? I can hear you, like that kind of stuff. But like when it's 20 to 30 people in various groups, can't really do that, can you? So I was getting aggravated. I was throwing some looks back. I was hoping that people would get the clue and hope that they would respect the people around them, but that wasn't happening. And then there was one moment when like someone just like very audibly started talking, and at that moment I kind of just like snapped a little bit, turned around and like yelled directly into the back of the theater so that they could all hear me, like, would you just shut the fuck up? And then turn back around. And that is a risk. And I shouldn't have done it. I lost my temper, which I don't like doing. But I mean, Preston, that's exactly what I did, except I was a little less kind. It's a bad thing to do because you never know how people are going to react to that kind of thing. You never know if someone's going to like get up and come walk down and try to start trouble with you or anything like that. I do think that some of the kids that were that were like up in the back, like these teenagers, I think some of them like snuck booze into the theater, so they were worried about getting found out or caught by theater staff. So there really wasn't any kind of like reprisal, and for the most part, for the rest of the film, people were quiet. So it worked, but it's also not a strategy that I would suggest to anyone. Keep your cool, and the best situation, the best way of handling it would have been to walk out, not see the film, or go see it at a different screening, or go talk to people who work at the theater and have them maybe come in and talk to people. But, at the same time, I'm watching the film to review it, right? So the idea of getting up and walking out wasn't that appealing because something may have happened that I would want to talk about. So I was kind of stuck. But yeah, it was just got to that point where it kept like boiling and boiling and boiling and boiling. And then water comes out of the pot, gets on the stovetop, and that's when I turn around and tell half of a theater to shut the fuck up. Or would you shut the fuck up? And I mean, they did. They did. So, yeah. The Invitation sounds like a B-movie concept, had a AAA budget. I don't even know what the budget on that film was. I don't even know if it was AAA. But I likened it in my review to a CW show, basically. And I think if you're into that kind of stuff, like Vampire Diaries, Supernatural, shit like that, The Invitation is going to be a good film for you, for sure. It didn't do it for me personally, but there was some stuff in it that I liked. Scott Pilgrim is still my favorite movie. Yo, it's a great film. One of the best films that's ever actually showcased Toronto properly. You are so tall, that might have been intimidating. I mean, I was sitting, right? Like, I'm sitting down. I was sitting down and just turning around, so I don't know if people could have, like, if they would have known that I was, like, almost 6'4", and not a small person. I certainly yelled in what I would assume is an intimidating way, because, like, imagine this voice right now, but being louder and angry. So there's that, too. Thoughts on Arya Astor and Robert Eggers? I am big into their films, and I cannot wait to see what they continue to do. I'm also sad that we're not going to be able to see the Arya Astor, his new film this year. We're going to have to wait till next year. Can you rank Tarantino movies that you've seen? Yeah, give me a bit. I will do that, but there are some more chat over in YouTube that I want to respond to. Please suggest a movie not to watch, aka the anti-watch list. The Island. Never fucking watch The Island by Michael Bay. It's so bad. I will always love the experience of watching a movie in a movie theater, but the TikTok generation is really ruining it. I mean, we're starting to see this more and more where, like, the theaters didn't clamp down on people on cell phones, and that I think is becoming a problem. I do think that people taking out their cell phones, checking the time, like, I was in a screening of, I think it was a screening at TIFF. I can't remember exactly what the film was, but someone, like, took out their phone and just, like, snapped a photo of the screen. They don't care that it's distracting to do that it divides your attention, but they're doing it. And people are, what is it? They are, like, recording reactions and things like that. Like, it's just something that's becoming a little bit out of control, and I think that is really, really bad. And yeah, I think it's getting worse as well. And, like, eventually the theaters are going to have to either clamp down on it or maybe even create, like, separate screening categories. Like, I know there's a local theater to me that does this. They do this thing called Movies for Mummies, and it's specifically a screening where mothers with newborns can go and watch a movie, and, like, they don't turn the lights down as low. Breastfeeding is allowed. I mean, I think it's allowed anyways, but you're kind of in a situation where it's expected, so there isn't this thing of like, oh, should I feed my child or whatever. If a baby starts crying, it's no big deal because everyone knows there's just a bunch of babies around. So, like, maybe there's going to have to be special screenings where people are just allowed to be on their phones and be loud, kind of like in the way that we have with The Room or, like, midnight films where people just, talk and yell at the screen and have a good time. Same thing with the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Maybe that's the future that we're looking at. I hope there's a solution. I really hope there's a solution, because I'm getting really tired of like tapping people on the shoulder and telling them to turn their cell phone off. You know, the movie theater is not your living room. Stop treating it like your living room. For real, Disappointment Boulevard is my most anticipated movie. I need it, but I don't know what Ari Aster. But I don't know. Wait, I need it, but I don't know when Ari Aster release it. It'll be released next year, probably. They might try to go to Cannes with it, or they might try to hang on to it until the festival circuit in September. So we could see it in the summer, or we could see it in the fall. I wouldn't expect to see it unless it goes to Sundance, in which case we'll see it in the spring. I want to see the stop motion Pinocchio, but the Pan's Labyrinth guy I can't spell. Guillermo del Toro. What's your go-to movie snack? Popcorn. Always popcorn. Popcorn ist Krieg, which is just German for popcorn is war. I don't know why I say that. It's a black metal thing. Sometimes I do black metal things. I've never seen TJ lose his temper. Oh, it happens. It happens on occasion. Rare occasion. When it does happen, it's usually either someone being extraordinarily disrespectful to myself or the people that I'm with, or it's someone attacking me or someone that I'm with. You know, it's very rare circumstances. Let's see what's time you're saying. I'm 166 centimeters and have done that far louder, so much that one of the girls started crying. Oh, damn. I'm the sweetest guy ever, but my beast mode is terrifying, so I've been told. Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar boat to that. When I lose it, it's hot. It's hot. When I saw Jojo Rabbit, this old couple in front of my brother and I would not shut the fuck up. At one point, they said, I hated The Lighthouse, but this is much worse. What? That's so fucking dumb. I guess, yeah, I have like, I guess I can continue like with another bit of a story like this. I didn't lose my cool, but I almost did. I was at a screening of Dial M for Murder in 3D, so a very rare screening, right? A very rare screening. And there's this guy behind me and to the left, first of all, sat in the wrong seats, which the ripple effect of that, since we were in assigned seating, was that I had to move because we were still in the pandemic time when this was happening. And then he realized like 5 minutes into the film that he and his date were in the wrong spots, and then they moved to their correct seats. But by that time, I didn't bother moving back to my normal seats. So this guy's behind me and on the left. Older gentleman, there with his girlfriend, younger girlfriend, I guess. And he's literally like audibly explaining the plot to her as we're watching it. Like, someone will say something and then he will say the plot to this person sitting to the left of him. And it was annoying and it was loud, and I'm sure I wasn't the only one who was able to hear it. So what eventually ended up happening is that I either turned around or I went up to him. I think I probably turned around. I should have walked up to him, unfortunately, but I didn't. And I just said, like, would you please be quiet? Like, could you please be quiet? I can definitely hear you. And this guy who had been talking for like 35, 40 minutes through the film had the audacity to like look me straight in the eyes, being like, I'm not talking. You're the one that's talking. And I, at this point, like just turned back around. But then he kept going on. He kept saying to the person he was with, like, I wasn't talking. This guy's talking. I don't understand it. Who is this guy to tell me to shut up? And so like he was just continuing being an idiot. He wouldn't shut up. He couldn't stand the idea of not fucking talking in a public screening that was basically sold out, right? Like pandemic sold out, so it's a half. So it's like half full, but it's still like sold out, right? And so this guy, he just kept going. He's like, I wasn't talking. This guy's talking. And then I like basically just grabbed like. I kind of like quietly lost my temper. So I just grabbed my bag, walked out, and then on the way out, I kind of just like looked at the guy straight and I was like, fuck you, asshole, and then just kept walking out. I said, like, I called him an asshole in like the quietest, most respectful to other people way that I could, but then I just left the theater. I didn't complain about it. I didn't talk to the theater staff about it. I just wanted to be out of that situation because I knew that if that guy was provoked anymore, he would make it all about him. He would go way overboard. They would probably have to stop the screening for something like that. And yeah, I was so pissed at that. Just because it was Dial M for Murder, which is a Hitchcock film, and I do like Hitchcock films, but it was also a 3D screening. You cannot just go to the next 3D screening of Dial M for Murder. That was like a once-in-a-decade opportunity, and this guy just couldn't shut his fucking mouth. And I remember actually one of the times when he was explaining the plot, he got it wrong. He explained the plot incorrectly, and then the person on screen, after he said the wrong thing, directly contradicted him. So not only was he an idiot, but he was an idiot. Like, these people. Yeah, I guess he did try to gaslight me. That's, that was, Kenny just saying, hello, how's your day? Well, Kevin. Oh, it's Kevin, sorry. My day's going all right. I gotta say, I've been a little, not under the weather, but I've been feeling frustrated with the TikTok and the YouTube life. You guys may have seen this. A couple of the TikToks that I released on Monday and Tuesday, they did under 2,000 views each. I'm used to getting tens of thousands of views on that series. So for whatever reason, TikTok decided that I wasn't a good person and that they shouldn't promote or push my content, even though nothing changed about it and there was nothing objectionable in those two videos. But now the video I put out today is doing better. I think it's already, last time I checked, it was over 10,000 views. So it looks like TikTok likes me again. But as a creator, that shit is so frustrating. That shit is so absolutely frustrating because, like, I have signed brand deals, right? I have signed deals with brands where they expect certain view counts out of the videos that I put out on their behalf, right? But if I can't guarantee that, if there is a probability that if I do that and the video tanks, I have to delete it. I have to try again. And if I cannot give that kind of assurance to a brand, they are less likely to work for me, which means I am less likely to earn any kind of money or revenue from this business that I am running. So that's frustrating. And then at the same time, it looks like the YouTube algorithm in terms of shorts has changed in the last couple of days, and now the shorts are not getting that much traction on YouTube anymore. So I felt a little defeated over the last couple of days. But I went out, I had some drinks with a friend last night, got some shit off my chest, talked about some fun stuff like Dungeons and Dragons and whatever, and then slept in this morning, went to see Beast in theaters today. I almost had a private screening. There was only one other guy in there with me. So, he wasn't talking to anyone, which was fantastic. And then Liverpool won today as well, in a ridiculous way, which just made it all that much better. So to answer that question in a long way, my day has been okay, and my week is starting to trend upwards again. But man, I was not in a good mental spot the last couple of days. Got any good old Hollywood before mid-1960s suggestions? Been trying to get into classic movies. Nick, great question. The best way to go about that is to check out the Criterion collection. Look at the films, the old Hollywood films from pre-1965, I think is what you're saying, and start with those. You're going to be looking at films like, or from the likes of Samuel Fuller, oh God, what's his name? The guy who directed Rio Bravo. Howard Hawks, John Ford. Those are going to be a lot of the directors that you're going to be seeing. Also, and I'm seeing Preston mention this in the YouTube chat, Hitchcock as well. For pre-1965 stuff, I would actually recommend going through all of Hitchcock's Hollywood output. I think he moved to Hollywood in somewhere between 35 to 40, I think. But yeah, you could check out films like The Birds, Psycho, Vertigo, Rear Window, Foreign Correspondent is also quite good. Strangers on a Train. Did he do that one, or am I thinking of Jarmusch? Oh yeah, Dory's also recommending IMDb top 50 for movie classics. Yeah, anything that gets high praise in there will be good. But there's a lot that you can look at. But I would say start with the Criterion Collection. Try the IMDb Top 250. Also, watch Preston Sturges films from like the early 40s. He went on an incredible run in the early 40s doing screwball comedies. That was sick. And also watch Gentleman's Agreement. The oh God, what's his name? I love him. He's from The Omen. Why can't I think of his name right now? What's going on in my head? It's not Cary Grant. What? What's happening to my brain? Yeah. Oh my God. Why was it not? Why didn't it pop out? Gregory Peck. Gregory Peck. Check out Gentleman's Agreement with Gregory Peck. That's also a good one. Hey, I don't know if you talked about this or not yet, but what do you think of the Adam Project? I haven't seen it. I'm sorry, I can't speak to it. And to the person asking what's my age, I am, well, first of all, you need to tell me how old you think I am, and then I'll tell you how old I am. Because I love to hear that. I love to hear that. When my brother saw The Omen, he said someone called out, "Run, bitch." All right, so things like that I have less of a problem with, because that's someone honestly interacting with the film as it's being presented to them, right? Like, I don't have a problem with that. If these kids behind me for the invitation were just kind of laughing because the film was cheesy, that's cool. That's an honest reaction to the film. But if you're talking and ruining the experience for other people, that's bad. Don't do that. Honest reactions I'm always okay with. When I saw Men, someone in my theater just yelled out, "fuck you," during one specific part of the movie at the end, and you probably know what part that is if you've seen Men. And that was hilarious, because that was an honest reaction to what was going on, and honestly what a lot of people were feeling at that exact moment. So that's cool. That's fine. Do that. So yeah, that's my kind of take on that. At times I need an explanation for movies because I'm stupid. You know what? I understand that people are going to talk during films. It's when you make it someone else's problem that's the issue, right? So if you need someone to explain something to you, if they can do so extremely quietly, or like figure out a time in the film to do it when like the movie is quite loud so that your words are not going to be heard by other people as much, I don't care. But if you're loud about it and you're actively interfering with the experience of other people, that's when it's a problem. That's when it's a problem. I watched 3,000 Years of Longing earlier today. I really enjoyed it. Marcel, I need to see that film. I'm probably going to try to see it on Saturday for the $3 movie day. We'll see, though. So let's see. People who are guessing my age. Looks like we've got the correct answer. And then Eli saying 17 with this hairline? Are you kidding? Yo. No. Incorrect. Preston saying 29. That's a good guess. I like that guess. I've been 29 for 7 years. But yeah. Oh, wait, what is this? First footage was released for Bardo. Really? How did it look? Is it looking alright? All because of the hype, the film being nominated of being a film excellent director, the theater was full. Wait, what is Fernanda talking about? Oh yeah, for me it was The Revenant. A group of dumb teenagers were giggling beside me at the movies and I had to tell them to shut up. I was so angry and hated how they were behaving. Yeah, some people just don't have respect for other people. That's kind of how it goes. Let's see. 23 with 9-to-5 job 2 years prior. You think I'm 23? This film camera must be doing a lot of work if I look 23. My God. TJ, how can someone with such good taste have actually like Jurassic Perdition or whatever is the latest crap from that franchise? I mean, sometimes I just like movies that take big swings, you know? And there were some aspects of that film that I really enjoyed. I thought the horror parts of it that Bryce Dallas Howard were involved in were excellent. I thought they were quite done. Like, I was actually kind of gripping the seats a bit because it was well done. Also, that action sequence where they are running through the streets of Malta with the velociraptors chasing, specifically when there's no music going on. Great. Love that sequence. So I was more into it because there was just enough moments in it that made me forgive like all of the other stupid things, like the fact that it's a dinosaur movie, but the main bad things are locusts. Yeah, and I will say there are some other issues that the film talks about in terms of like animal rights and things like that, which are close to my heart. So for that reason, I also kind of liked Jurassic World Dominion. And thanks for all the frame videos, my G. Very good channel bicep. You mean this bicep? Oh, yeah. Oh, for those asking, I am actually 36 years old. I am not in my 20s. And you're also asking my favorite Pixar film, WALL-E, by a long shot. Love that movie. Quantum physics is pointing out that time is accelerating, hence we're not aging as quickly, and therefore the metrics by which we measure age have become obsolete. Cool. So, I mean, I don't really know a lot about this, but the way that we measure age is really just, you know, going around the sun. So how does quantum physics, I guess time is accelerating? But if time is accelerating, then isn't our perception of time also accelerating? Which, doesn't that just mean that everything's kind of the same? I don't know what I'm talking about. In my screening of The Batman, some kids yelled kiss and they had laser pointers. They were really annoying. Yo, anyone with a laser pointer should just be kicked out immediately. Like, fuck that. Absolutely fuck that. No chance. Them yelling kiss was kind of funny, but after a bit it was annoying. I mean, yeah, do it once. Once again, if that's your honest interaction with the film, whatever. But if you're just like basically yelling it out or chanting it, like, shut up. Age is relative. I'm 27, but I feel like a 50-year-old woman at times. Oh my god, yeah. I have moments when I wake up and I don't feel like I'm in my my 30s, especially if I have a little bit of back pain. Anyone who's in their late 30s will be able to identify with that. Oh, excuse me. My theater is showing Jaws in 3D on September 3rd. I wonder how one of my favorite movies of all time will look in 3D. I mean, was it originally released in 3D? Or did it have 3D screenings when it was originally released? Or is that just like some like Real D add-on bullshit? Because like in that case, I don't know how it's going to look. Jurassic World is amazing. It felt like James Bond with dinosaurs. Yeah, kind of. All right, so everyone who's watching on TikTok, I'm about to kind of redo my TIFF schedule a little bit. You guys will know that I was accredited as press at TIFF, and I found out from someone basically sending me a message on Twitter, shout out to Larry if Larry's watching, that I would be able to purchase tickets to films for free as well, and I wasn't aware of that when I made my schedule. So there are some things that I can actually change about what I'm going to be seeing, and that is something that I'm going to do with you all right now. So let's move over to this internet view. If you want to come check me out on YouTube, same name, you can find me fairly easily, and the video will be better and the sound will be better. So you have that going for you, which is great. Have you seen The Ritual? I have... Yes, I think I have seen The Ritual, actually. Hold on. Is that the one with the guy from The Thing? If it's the one from 2017, I have not seen it. No, I have not seen that. Although it looks like a folk horror film, so I probably would be into it. Went to an Avengers Endgame screening, and there were a couple in front of me loudly making out. I mean, at that point, you just got to start making it sound like you're masturbating, and then they'll stop. If they think someone's jerking it to them making out, they'll stop. Also, I feel like I need to say this out loud now. I am not advocating for public masturbation. Don't do that. That's probably a sex crime. But just pretend like you're masturbating if people are making out in front of you. That's my tip of the day. Are there any Mexican films / Mexican adjacent films showing at TIFF? Yeah, there should. Yeah, I think there's actually a fair number. Let's just go to tiff.net, take a look at the schedule. Naturally, when I say that I'm going to be like redoing my TIFF schedule, I mean that I'm going to be doing it very slowly as I get distracted by other things, by other shiny things. Looks like I need to get this thing lifted up a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Oh, also got announced that they're going to be showing Nope at the Cinesphere in Toronto, which for those of you who don't know, that was the first IMAX ever. IMAX is a Canadian company. I don't know if anyone here would have known that. But yeah, IMAX is a Canadian company, and the first IMAX screen is the Cinesphere at Ontario Place in Toronto. I think for a time it was also the largest IMAX screen, but I don't know if it still is. Can I filter by country? You used to be able to. Maybe you can't anymore? Oh, that's dumb. Come on, TIFF, don't do this to me. All right, I'm sorry, Fernanda, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to just show you all of the Mexican films. You used to be able to do this, though. I don't understand why that's not a thing anymore. Needless to say, there are films from all over the world here. Hey, All Quiet on the Western Front. I might try to watch that because that's now Germany's entry for best foreign language film. Let's go Canada. Yeah, baby. I want a Nope theme park ride in Universal. You can filter search by the country on the Criterion website when search for titles. Yeah, I know you can do that on Criterion, but I guess TIFF is not about that life. All right, so let's let's take a look at this schedule. So the first thing, I received a, oh, by the way, for those of you who want to see my schedule, you just go to tiffr.com/tjthemute. You can see my entire schedule on there. It's public. I don't care if y'all see it because most of them are press screenings and you can't get into my press screenings. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. You can see my schedule if you want to. It's right here. So right off the bat, I was gonna have Valeria's getting married, right? But then I got this email being like, there's actually a press breakfast that morning, so I am getting rid of my Valeria's getting married screening to go to that breakfast because it's gonna be a networking thing. So I should go to the networking thing. But I'm also seeing here that Moonage Daydream is getting a press screening, and that's gonna be that's gonna be one of the ones that I'm gonna try to add into my schedule. As for the rest of the day, first day, Triangle of Sadness, I'm keeping that. Broker, I'm keeping that, although I might try to get into Decision to Leave. We'll see. Which one's gonna be the easiest one? Yeah, I think Broker's just gonna be the easiest one to get into. I've also talked, like I mentioned, there's a guy who reached out to me on Twitter. And he was like, oh, I've heard from other press people that you can walk into press screenings like 15 minutes before and it's no big deal. And like, that's cool if that's true, but I'm going to play it safe on my first day. And so, yeah, so I've also got, One Fine Morning playing here. Oh, Dory, you're saying that Broker was better than Decision to Leave? Well, then I feel better about my decision. So yeah, I'm still going to try to get into One Fine Morning. If Larry is right, then I should be able to do that. I can probably just I guess I'll keep Nanny there as well. But here's another thing. I thought that I was going to a concert Thursday night, and so I didn't bother trying to book anything into here for the evening. But I'm wrong. I'm actually going to the concert Friday night, so I need to rearrange my schedule because of that as well. What is that? Squidneadine? That's a cool name. Hello. Welcome. You don't do trailers any longer, I see. Triangle of Sadness looks like a good time judging by the trailer. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I also just saw The Square recently, and I have a feeling that Mr. Östlund is going to give us a good time. Another good film about people being bad and rich, which I'm super into. Also, if I can't get into One Fine Morning, then I'm going to do the press screening for the worst ones, because I found out today, I should have researched this, but I didn't. It won the Un Certain Regard at Cannes, which is in some cases like a better award than the Palme d'Or. So I'm going to see the press screening for that if I can't get into One Fine Morning. But I'm also going to try to track down a screening of worst ones and see, maybe buy a ticket for that, just in case. So let's see. Can I add like a 9 o'clock screening at the end of the day? So Return to Seoul, I think I've heard good things about. What do we got here? If anyone sees a movie that I should check out in the evening, ooh, Queens of the King Dynasty. I think that's supposed to be super good. But they're also showing UHF for free, the Weird Al film. Not like the Weird Al Yankovic film proper. I think that's coming on the next day. But yeah, they're showing UHF for free. OLG Cinema Park. Those are going to be free screenings. So I think, God, is this going to be too much? It might be. But man, that would be sick if I could see this one. If I could add that in. Is that a press screening too? Hey, all right. So maybe I'll throw that in there. Let's take a look at the film, though, first and see what's going on here. Canadian filmmaker Ashley Mackenzie's much-anticipated sophomore effort is an enthralling affair of the heart about one of those once-in-a-lifetime encounters that changes everything. Oh, it's Wavelengths, though. I'm not a big fan of the Wavelengths program because that tends to be more experimental films. And, like, I appreciate experimental films, but I'm probably not going to be covering them for the festival. I was surprised I got Dead Poet Society. From the first one, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm sure you've tired of this question, but what is your all-time favorite movie? That is Blade Runner, and I never tire of that. It just means that someone new is joining the fray, and I'm always a fan of that. UHF, it's been forever since I've watched that one. I don't think I've ever actually seen it. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go to the free screening of UHF. Oh, I got today's frame from the first frame. That's awesome. That's a good one. Okay, so maybe not gonna do Queens of the Qing Dynasty. Might do UHF instead, but I think that maybe leaves me with a bit of a gap. Which could just mean that's when I grab drinks with people, if other people are around. So yeah, maybe I'll just do that. All right, that feels good to me. So now I have to take away stuff from my evening on the second day, on the 9th. So I don't think I definitely can't go to the one I had down here, which I think is Venus. So I'm going to have to figure out another screening for Venus. And I don't think I can even go to the screening here. Yeah, no, I can't go to Domingo in the Mist. But that was more of a target of opportunity screening rather than one that I was super into. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. So let's move on to day 3. And so what I'm looking for now are those films that were fillers, the ones that were targets of opportunity, but they were press screenings. And I'm going to see if maybe I can get, if there's anything else that is a ticketed event that I can get into. Are you using the weekly live stream to do your errands? Isn't this what all live streamers do? I see so many live streamers and they're just like sitting there saying nothing while they themselves are watching other people's live streams and their chat just goes like crazy for it. So like, I feel like this is at least movie related, right? And you guys can tell me if there's any movies that you think I should swap in. Like, I want this to be interactive. So Emily, definitely watching Emily. That's something that's happening. Definitely going to Women Talking. That's definitely happening. What's the next one here? I Like Movies. I'm definitely going to that one. No way that I'm missing something. Casa Susana is one where I might drop it if there's something else that fits. So what are we doing here? That ends at 5:20 at Scotiabank. So right around here, Bones of Crows. I think that's one I have. God, I probably should have like just like a whole other tab for this too. This is gonna get real in depth, everyone. Bones. Yeah, I already have Bones of Crows in here, so I'm not going to worry about that one too much. A Gaza Weekend, Unruly, not interested in Wavelengths. Ever Deadly? Oh no, because that's Casa Susana. Ever Deadly, maybe because it's a Canadian film. So Much Tenderness by Lena Rodriguez, might do that, although that might be hard to get into. That's the other thing too, is that like as press, I'll add So Much Tenderness because I think Lena Rodriguez is a pretty awesome director. Yeah, I think did I also have it in here somewhere else? So Much Tenderness. Okay, I do have a P&I screening of it. Ooh, God, there's so much juggling that could go on here. Oh God. So I'll put that as a maybe for So Much Tenderness there. But I still wait. What is this movie called? Elijah Woods. People's Joker, I'm still going to do that. Would like to go see How to Blow Up a Pipeline, but I'm more interested in seeing People's Joker, at least in that context. So yeah, I think this one's actually, I think Casa Susana stays unless I feel like getting a jump on So Much Tenderness, and there's something else for the So Much Tenderness screening that I want to see. So Fablemans, definitely still doing that. No doubt about that. That's one that's definitely staying. Wow, Glass Onion is doing a 9 a.m. screening. Sucks to that. Oh, yeah, and then I have like the backup How to Blow Up a Pipeline thing. Yeah, for Fablemans. So then I have Bones and Crows there. That's cool. So that's going to 2 o'clock. Daughter of Rage. This one was a target of opportunity one. So if there's something else here that's cool, The Young Arsonists. What's up with that? Set in rural 1980s Canada, director and visual artist Sheila Pai's haunting feature debut follows a group of teenage girls, each suffering from some form of family trauma, whose relationships with one another are both strengthened and tested over the course of a summer. That, yeah, I'm into this. As soon as I see gothic, yeah, I'm goth. I like doing things like this. You're always my favorite reminder to do my daily framed. Awesome. That's sick. I'm glad to hear that. My cat is committing tax evasion. What are you talking about, Preston? All right, Young Arsonist. I feel strong about seeing this. Just going to double check to make sure I'm not already seeing it. Young? Okay. No. Young. There we go. Okay. Cool. So let's do that. Let's switch out Daughters of Rage for the Young Arsonists at Scotiabank 3. I feel like that's going to work there, right? 147 to... yeah. I'll probably have a not great seat, but, you know, that's what happens. Oh, there's also a screening of How to Blow Up a Pipeline right there. Does that fit with my... No, it doesn't. But Muru is a target of opportunity film as well. So maybe... Wait, that's 315. Okay, so I'd have to pick between How to Blow Up a Pipeline and Young Arsonists. But I'm already seeing How to Blow Up a Pipeline, so whatever. Did you hear that Charlie Dean, a South African actress from Triangle of Sadness, died? I did hear that. It's really sad. I mean, it's always sad when someone passes away, but she was only 32 years old, which as a 36-year-old, I don't like hearing about when people younger than me are passing away from illness. Like, that shit shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening at all. So yeah, RIP, definitely. It's tragic. It's absolutely tragic. Okay, so still going to see The Blackening. That's not changing. So do I want to see something other than Maru? No, I want to see Maru. Definitely want to see Maru. So I feel like that's sorted. That day is sorted. The Whale, still going to see that. Although I've been hearing some interesting chatter about The Whale. It only has 2 screenings at TIFF, and one of them is Press and Industry. So that means it's only getting like 1 normal screening. So it's not really in contention for the People's Choice Award. And I'm wondering like why that is. And it could be that Aronofsky or Brendan Fraser might not be in attendance. Although Brendan Fraser is being given some kind of like Lifetime Achievement Award at TIFF. So like that also doesn't make sense. So it's kind of weird that The Whale's only getting 1 screening. It might be because the actual release of that film is going to be more in November, so they want to limit the film's exposure, but I don't know why you would go into the festival in any case if you're trying to limit your exposure. Like, that doesn't make sense. TJ trying to change his schedule was still not wanting to change his schedule. I mean, I gotta say, I'm pretty good at picking movies. I've done a great job. I think the schedule is going to change a lot more when we start getting into the later days. Because like if I can get into a screening of Decision to Leave, then I'm gonna do it. You know, nothing is gonna stop me from seeing Decision to Leave if I can figure out how to do it. But like, I'm not gonna change my press screening of Glass Onion because that's just gonna be too much fun. Rice Boy Sleeps is a Canadian film that I really want to see, so that's sticking around. And then Manticore is in Midnight Madness, right? And I'm trying to see as many of the Midnight Madness as I can. Oh no, this was Contemporary World Cinema, but the subject looks cool, so I'm still gonna go see that. So, you know, I'm changing some stuff. I'm just also really good at scheduling right off the bat. So yeah, let's say that the 12th is done. This is actually might go faster than I anticipated. So maybe not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. But it's also fun, right? Because you get to see me be frantic. I also want to see if I can add a screening of EO if I haven't already. I can't remember if I have or not. Okay, so there's All Quiet on the Western Front, which I can't see because of The Sun, which goes until 11, so we're looking past 11. So how many Wednesdays will we be without the live stream during TIFF? Also, Patreon, Monday live stream, 6 p.m. still on, right? Yep, that is. With TIFF, there's nothing for TIFF on the Wednesday just before TIFF, unless there's some kind of like press welcome party, in which case I will probably go to do that. In that case, I'll just stream earlier in the day. I will not be streaming on September the 14th because I'll just be at films all the time. I might do like a surprise TikTok live stream that day while I'm out on the road, maybe just like in the press office or in line for something. So keep an eye out for that, but don't expect a YouTube live stream that day. And then I'll be back to streaming normally the next week. So we should only miss one. All right, so right, and then Pearl, definitely going to watch Pearl. So yeah, The Happiest Man in the World. I think that was another target of opportunity, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely another one. So if there's something else I can see, like... Okay, when is this film getting out? Pearl gets out at 1:46. So probably anything after it. What theater was it in? It's in Scotia. Yeah, so I'm definitely not going to be able to make it to St. Omer, unfortunately. But if there's anything else after it, like what is up with Luxembourg? What are you? What are you? Oh, yeah. Ukrainian twin brothers must decide if they will travel across Europe to visit their dying father in Luxembourg, a country so far from their daily realities that it may as well be on another planet. That one might be worth seeing. What is up with My Sailor, My Love? A retired sea captain and his daughter must reassess their strained relationship after he begins a new romance with a widowed housekeeper in Klaus Harrow's honest and affecting personal drama. Don't know if I need to see an old person romance movie. I say that with all the affection that I possibly can. I'm seeing Empire of Light as a press screening, so that's fine. What is the next screening that comes on after this? Ooh, there's an EO screening. Gravity. What is Gravity? The Gravity. A sophomore feature. Oh no, that's like the only sci-fi movie, so I'm definitely seeing that. I might want to keep this EO screening in mind, though. Yeah. Might have to do that one. And there's another screening of the worst one, so I might have to keep an eye on that as well. Also, the thing to remember here, too, is that I might not be able to actually get tickets for these screenings, which is why you're going to see me clicking, like, multiple stuff. Night Talk I definitely want to see, so that's non-negotiable. Whew. So what else do we got? The Wonder. What is The Wonder? Sebastian Leo. Oh yeah. It's a Florence Pugh film. Citizen Kane is the greatest movie of all time. Yeah, Citizen Kane's pretty good. Also, welcome Raymond. Glad to have you in the chat. So The Wonder, gonna check that out. Viking, want to watch that. That's the Canadian film I'm super interested in. Bruiser, that was a target of opportunity one. So I could swap in Valeria Getting Married. When does this one end? 119. So let's say anything after 130 is probably fair game. Although after that, yeah. So here, what is Runner? Oh yeah. Might do this. Although, do I already have it? I do already have it in my schedule. It's on Friday. Hooray. Maybe I won't end up changing any of these. Bruiser as well. Yeah, that was the one I was thinking about getting rid of. Soft, previously announced as Pussy. Yo, let's get demonetized for this film. Okay. This matter-of-fact drama follows 3 queer Toronto kids whose friendship is tested over one pivotal summer by divided loyalties, different social situations, and anger issues. Yeah, I could do that. Canada film, baby. Wait, but what was Bruiser again? Oh, Bruiser looks kind of good. Shit. And it's part of Discovery. Oh, all right. Maybe I'll try to get a ticket for Soft, and if I can't, I'll just keep Bruiser as my backup. Oh, wait. Moonage Daydream. Shit, I gotta see that. Yeah. No. Get out of here, all this stuff. Moonage Daydream for sure goes in there. And that finishes at 6:14. See, I'm changing stuff. Oh, and if I can... Yeah, I'm probably going to swap this screening of Susie Searchers for EO. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. Yep. Yeah, that's happening. Unless there's like a late night screening that I'm doing. There is not. Ooh, there's the actual screening here for Venus, and I need to make up the screening of Venus that I took away from before. But that's still one that I'll keep in my back pocket. Anyways, okay, so there's EO sorted. As long as I don't have it already somewhere else. I do not. All right, good. That's one I definitely wanted to add in. Fantastic. Is it possible to watch every film ever made? Absolutely not. 100% no. All right, hold on. Let's do some quick math on something. So if you are aware of the Motion Picture Association of America, you know that those are the people who give out the ratings, right? Like whether it's rated R or rated PG-13, that kind of stuff. If you watch to the end of an American film or a film that's been released in America, it will have its MPAA card at the very end saying that like this film was, seen and improved by the MPAA or whatever they're doing, right? And it'll actually have a number on it. And that number way back in the day started at 1 and went all the way up to where they are now, which is approximately around 55,000. So keep in mind, not every film goes to the MPAA. And in fact, I would argue that a vast majority of films do not go to the MPAA for rankings. So even if we just look at those 55,000 films, right? Let's pretend that the average film is an hour and 45 minutes, so 105 minutes. So that would be 5.7 million minutes of films. Let's divide that by 60 to get the number of hours, 96,000 hours. Let's divide that by 24 to get the number of days, 4,000. And let's divide that by 365 to get the years. So to watch every single film that has been rated by the MPAA would take about 11 years if you never slept and just watched the films constantly, assuming an average of 145 minutes. So if you are going to sleep for 8 hours a day, then you would have to increase this by a third, I think. So that's 14 years. Yeah, you're talking about 15 years of doing nothing but sleeping and watching films. So I guess you could watch every single film that's been rated by the MPAA. You could, right? Based on these numbers. But it would be the only thing that you did every day for 15 years straight. And then you got to think about all of the other films that exist out in the world, which is why I say no. Now, what I think is a more interesting question is, at what point did it become impossible to watch every film ever made, right? Because we know that, in 1895, the Lumiere brothers were making films, Méliès was starting to get going. There was probably a point in time when you could see everything. If you want to talk about it in terms of like, assuming that you had access to that kind of stuff, right? If you were in the position where you had access to every single film ever made, then yeah, you could potentially see every film ever made. But from a pure minute standpoint and like a life expectancy standpoint, there must have been a point in history when it became impossible to watch every single film ever made. And I would be fascinated to know when that time is. My assumption would be sometime in the 10s or the 20s, because they were actually putting out films at a rapid pace during that time frame, which is one of the reasons why the medium developed as quickly as it did, because there was just so much stuff getting out there. So yeah. And apparently Don is saying Wordle time. Yeah, we might do Wordle in a second. I want to get this schedule sorted. So yeah, I got EO in here, which I'm psyched about. That's cool. Added in Moonish Daydream. Yo, 14th coming in hot. I'm way more excited for that day now than I was before. So what do we get here? Sisu. I think that was a target of opportunity. No. This was in Midnight Madness. Yeah. No, we're definitely watching that. That goes at 11:11. Next one is A Man of Reason. That's definitely one I'm seeing. So let's go now down to 1:15. Oh yeah, Life Was Like my backup. So let's just assume that we're seeing A Man of Reason. That gets out at 1:15. Oh, Venus. It's another press screening of Venus. Sick. That's perfect. All right. So then that means I'm not seeing Cinegrills, although I might be able to. Are they both in Scotiabank? Ooh, I might be able to just jump from one to the other. That's okay. I'm going to leave this in here just in case I can jump from one film to the next. Because when they say like 320, they mean they're like including the credits and stuff in there, right? So if I just like get a good seat and just like jump out of there and go to Theater 10, which is just down the hall, I might be able to pull that off. So that's awesome. Umbrella Man, I think, was one. Ooh, Eternal Daughter. Ooh, can I for sure get an Eternal Daughter ticket if this is possible? So that's 450. 450, 530 Scotiabank 1. Yo, do I have Eternal Daughter at any other time? I don't remember if I do. Oh, I do. Sunday. But that's... Yeah, no, I'm probably going to keep that one. Probably going to keep that one. Okay. This would be good, though. I don't know. Is this the premiere screening of it? Sunday 11th. No, it's not. Oh, that's press. Sunday the 11th. Okay, yeah. So that's not that. Ooh, wait. Walk Up. Oh, the new Hong Sang-soo film. Oh, shit. I mean, yeah, I'd much rather do that than Umbrella Man. Sorry, Umbrella Man. Sorry, John Barker. Wait, what is this? Let me just double check. Make sure it's not awesome. Comedy, crime. Yeah, no, sorry, John Barker, but I am far more interested in seeing the new Hong Sang-soo film than that. And then does that affect anything down the line? Ooh, The Women King. Although that's going to be the first screening of that. There's a Decision to Leave screening. Ooh, is that in play? It is. Ooh, is there an overlap? Do I have to pick one? That's over at 7:22. When Decision to Leave? 7:30. Oh, god damn it. Ah, and it's TIFF to Scotiabank. I probably wouldn't be able to make that. Damn it. So then I need to... Ooh, wait. What is that? The Banshees of Inisherin. Nice. I'm going to do that. And then hopefully catch another screening of Decision to Leave. Let's just see. Are there any left? Are there any past the 15th? No. Oh, no. So yeah, this is the question then. Do I miss out on... Yeah, I mean, I probably should. I probably should. Because that's more of the priority. And then Banshees of Inisherin, I might be able to see that at another screening, because I don't think it's done on the 15th. Yeah, it's got one more screening on the 17th, which I might already have in the schedule. So yeah, sorry y'all, but I gotta see Decision to Leave. I gotta see it. It's an award contender. Also, though, does that leave me time to see something else in between those two? 5. Love and Mathematics? What are you? Interesting. Interesting. Hey, it's from Mexico. There you go. There you go, Fernanda. How are you going to avoid getting burned out? I'm not. I'm gonna get burned out for sure. There's no chance I won't. Annabelle in TikTok. Yo, what's up? Good to see you. I am right now redoing my TIFF schedule a little bit. So if you want to come hang out on YouTube and actually see what I'm doing, I encourage it because I will sound better and look better. But yeah, I'm kind of trying to decide right now if I should try to get into this Love and Mathematics film. I think I might try to do it because it is a press screening. Scotiabank. Yeah, once again, I could just walk from one into the other. So, yeah, sure. Fuck it. Fortune favors the bold. And Decision to Leave is in Scotiabank, too. So it's like I'm just going to be in one building over and over again. All right. Also, this is like... I'll just say that this is my... this is like the optimal thing that I'm trying to do. Like, this is the best case scenario. I've got like 51 films in here. Some of them are backup films. I'm definitely not going to go to more than like 35. So some of these press screenings are just going to drop off for me. Like I'm just not going to go to them. And that's going to be how this all gets done. The YouTube is where you can truly see how sexy the specimen is. It's true. YouTube agrees. I'm an attractive man. Yeah, there really are a lot of films out there. Speaking of the MPAA, TJ, I love your rant about how film ratings are bullshit. I don't even remember what that rant was, but yeah, I think it is dumb. You know, if you market a film correctly, people should know who the audience is for, right? So, yeah, it's weird. So definitely going to try to go to How to Blow Up a Pipeline. If I can't get into that, then I'm going to go to Stellar. I wonder if there's another screening of Stellar I can potentially look at. Excuse me, everybody. So there might be a screening on later in the day, the 16th at 7 p.m. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Ooh, wait, can I do? No, I can't. I'm trying to like confirm a way of seeing One Fine Morning, but I guess I'm just going to have to roll the dice with that press screening on day one. Which award-winning IHSS short film Captain Kirk? Oh, watch it. Okay. Is it available on YouTube? Let me know. Also, is it Captain Kirk because like it's a Star Trek thing or related to Star Trek? Because that's super cool. And I say that not sarcastically. I love Star Trek. So let's see here. How to Blip a Pipeline. That goes until 10. And then what do we get? What's next? Walk Up. Oh, I was seeing that film anyways. The Hong Sen-soo one. Cool. Well, that's good. That worked out the way that I wanted it. And I think I've got So Much Tenderness as a backup, maybe? Nope. That's also here. So I hope that doesn't mean I have So Much Tenderness in my schedule twice, although I don't think it does. And then... Is there anything else down here? Am I taking this night off? Ooh, yeah, I guess I decided to take this night off. Which then begs the question, is there anything in here that I desperately want to see? Chevalier, The Lost King, The Taste of Apples is Red, Women Talking, I'm going to be seeing a press screening of that. There is a press screening of Ever Deadly. There is a new Werner Herzog film. Winter Boy. Oh, there's a screening of Stellar. Okay, so that works. If I don't see... Yeah, okay, so I don't see Stellar that morning. I'll just see it in the evening. Easy. Hopefully, like, it's bad to say, but hopefully, like, that movie doesn't have, like, any tickets sell for it. So I'll be able to walk in, like, in Rush or something like that. But it is a Canadian film. It does feature Ellie Majah Tailfeathers, who is, like, a pretty hot actress in Canada right now. So I don't have a lot of hope of getting into that, but... It's better than just, like, not being able to see it, so that's good. And then we move on to Saturday, where there are no press screenings. Canadian films are underrated. I completely agree. Completely agree. Canadian films are some of the best shit ever. Check that stuff out, you know? You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, I think my Saturday and Sunday are pretty much already set, right? Yeah, I've got Empire of Light and A Man of Reason. Although, I think I have A Man of Reason... Wait, don't I have A Man of Reason for, like, somewhere else in my schedule? Do I have A Man of Reason twice? A Man of Reason... Yeah. So I guess I'm just worried about getting into this press screening of it, so I have this backup. So then I need a backup to my backup, which will be The Banshees of Inisherin, which works out really well. It's on YouTube. Just search Captain Kirk. It's a short film. It's by the Six Dudes. Cool. Let me... Where is my YouTube? Yeah, there we go. I won't be able to watch it on stream because I don't do that anymore because of copyright claims and things like that. But... And if anyone else wants to go watch this short, why not do it? Wait, what? It's a short film? Okay, yeah, I've got it there. So I'll probably watch it after the stream, but thank you for the recommendation. So let's get back into this. Let's just get this all nailed down. So if I'm not going to A Man of Reason, I'm going to go to The Banshees of Inisherin. Cool. Was there anything earlier in the day that I was, like, interested in? Walk Up... I don't think so. I think this Saturday morning is when I'm going to sleep. Also, to go back to that question earlier of like, how am I going to do this without dying or without getting burnt out? I think at some point the ridiculousness of the situation is going to like is going to get to me, and at that point I'll just be able to do anything. I'll be able to watch like 7 movies in a day because I'll be like, why not? Why not watch 7 movies in a day? Life has no meaning, so why wouldn't I go do this? Does anyone see any like good films in here? Ooh, I might do Bros actually. So Empire of Light is at 5. 5. Yeah, might do Bros. I might do Bros because I think I saw some ad for this today, and it was I think the first American studio film where like the entire primary cast is LGBTQ plus A. Or LGBTQA+, so that's pretty cool. Also, Dory just says After Sun. What's up with After Sun? After Sun, UK. Scottish writer director Charlotte Wells' indelible feature debut brims with warmth and quiet wonder as its protagonist recalls a father and daughter's journey to Turkish seaside resort after 20 years after the fact. That sounds kind of good. Does that... So I'd have to pick between the two, but I'll keep him there just as a reminder. Ooh, also, I've heard The Swimmers might be good. Yeah, the soaring epic dramatizes the true story of two sisters who left their home in war-torn Syria for new life in Europe and the chance to compete in the 2016 Summer Olympics. Might do that as a maybe. But then, oh no, wait, because I think Empire of Light is at 5. Yeah, no, I can't do that. Oop, can't do that. Sorry, The Swimmers, but Empire of Light takes precedence. So then I've got the evening, and then I think this is going to be another day where I sleep in and don't do much. First screening of the day is The Eternal Daughter. Hopefully I'll be able to get into that. Apparently, I think I can go see Lenore Will Never Die. I don't know how... I don't know. That might be a little ambitious. Oh, yeah. This film is from the Philippines. Yeah. And this is part of Midnight Madness. So I'm going to try my best to go see that. Let's close some of these other tabs. Have you seen Pontypool? I've read an article about Pontypool. I don't think I've actually seen it, though. I know it's a Canadian horror film. I believe it's a zombie film, and I know it's one that I should see. But I just don't think I have seen it yet. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to try to go in late to Lenore Will Never Die. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. And then I've got Hunt in the evening as well. So even on my quiet Sunday, I'm still seeing 3 films. All right. Wild stuff. So I've really just made things harder for myself, I think, because now if we go look at the schedule, we've got what? Still got potentially 5 films on day 1, even though I'm starting at noon after that 10 a.m. breakfast or whatever it's going to be called. Going to try, so if I don't get into the One Fine Morning screening, then I'm going to go to the Worst Ones P&I screening, and then that might open up time for me later down the line, and then I might stick around for UHF, or I might get drinks with people in the evening, or get that in between. And then here, I'm only seeing the 3 films, and then I'm going to a concert that night, which is, by the way, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a band called Health, or listened to a band called Health, but they are well known for being a devastatingly loud band when they are live. So I might be fucking up my ears that night, which means when I'm watching Emily, it might just be the sound just might be a singular tone in my ear, because I do have tinnitus. If you don't know what that is, look it up. But basically I have a constant ringing in my ear from going to too many loud concerts. I will be wearing protection. Don't worry. There's no way I'm walking into a Health concert without wearing earplugs, but it might not matter depending on if they still go as loud as they did the last time I saw them, years and years and years ago. Some say After Sun is the best movie at TIFF 2022. Really? No shit. All right. Yeah, that'll be cool then. But yeah, this Friday is going to be good, I think. 3 movies and a concert? Oh, well, TJ, glad you'll be wearing protection. Don, I always wear protection. And so should you. Especially since women's reproductive health rights are being taken away in America. And that has nothing to do with ears, but hey, let's just say it out loud anyways. Okay, so Emily, Women Talking, I Like Movies. Just a quick recap. So Much Tenderness, Kasasama. Yeah, how many times is So Much Tenderness on here? So we've got that one and this one. That's P&I and it's free. So I might as well just go to that one. So I might as well take this one off the list. Because I don't want to, kill myself. Do I have them both in here? Yeah, so why don't we just take this one off? Because I'll just go to the P&I screening. You don't have to kill yourself when you go to TIFF. He says while looking at going to 5 movies in one day. Oh yeah, baby. So How to Blow Up a Pipeline. I should be able to get into the Fabelman's press screening, so I'm not too worried about that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only seeing 4 films on Monday. That's good. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Although one of these ones is going to be going away. So we'll see about that. I feel like I probably have the worst ones in here a bunch, don't I? I have it in here twice. Oh yeah, so it's a backup for not getting into One Fine Morning. And then the other one is the Gravity. Do I have the Gravity in here twice? So I'm only going to have maybe one shot at seeing Gravity, or the Gravity, which I do want to see. Is there another screening there that could potentially get fit in? That's tough, because I want to see both of these, but I'm more interested in seeing the worst ones. We'll see. I guess that might have to be like a game day decision. Although I'm going to need to get the ticket for the worst ones when it comes available. It's tough. It's tough out here for the cinephiles, you know what I'm saying? The Wonder, Viking, Moonish Daydream, EO. Yeah, that's going to be a sick day. 4 movies. Love that. This day is going to be ridiculous. So 1, 2... probably not going to see Life. 3, 4, 5, 6 films that are basically all back to back to back to back. Wild. But I'm seeing Decision to Leave. I am going to see Decision to Leave. That's over at 9, so I might actually be able to get some sleep that night. What are some good war films that I should see? I would say check out A Bridge Too Far from the 70s. It's got like an absolutely ridiculous cast in it. If you haven't seen it, it's got like Sean Connery, Robert Redford, James Caan, Gene Hackman, probably Steve McQueen. Like pretty much every male actor who was working in the mid-70s is in that film. I think Anthony Hopkins is in that too. Dory saying Bridge Over River Kwai. Yeah, that's another solid one. Got Stellar on here twice. Oh no, yeah, I'm going to that, so I should take away the second screening of Stellar. Boop. Because, yeah, I desperately want to see How to Blow Up a Pipeline. Keep yelling, everyone. It's all good. It's all good. So you're telling me that After Sun might be the best film at the festival. All right. David Lean, the greatest war director. I don't know how many David Lean films I've seen. Wait. A Man of Reason. I've already done this, haven't I? I have this down as multiple fun. Yeah, because I'm seeing it on Saturday. Or I'm seeing it on the press screening on Thursday? Right? Is that in conflict with anything? No, I'm just worried that I might not be able to get into it. Right. So if that happens, then I don't see the Banshees of Inisherin, unfortunately. But I would rather see The Man of Reason than that, so that's fine. By the way, just a reminder, anyone watching on TikTok, hello, thank you so much for watching and for watching me rant about my TIFF schedule. I am also streaming on YouTube right now, so if you want to come hang out and see me in better quality, you definitely can and should. The Deer Hunter is the best. Deer Hunter is a very intense film, for sure. All right, everyone, I think that's all of the schedule stuff I'm going to do today. It's way too many movies. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but maybe I'll end up seeing 45 films. Who knows? It's going to be absolutely bonkers, though. And I don't use that term lightly. I don't like using that word, bonkers. But yeah, TIFF is going to be fucking bonkers, man. If I go hard, then yeah, it's going to be wild as shit. Yeah, all right, let's stop looking at this. You give me anxiety just thinking about it. Too many movies. Can't believe I'd ever say something like that, but it's true. Sometimes there are just too many movies. Is Born on the 4th of July good? I haven't seen it, but it is a, what's his name? It's an Oliver Stone film before Oliver Stone went crazy, so I imagine it's worth watching. One would assume that it is worth watching. Because it is an Oliver Stone film from before he went a little wild. And you should probably see some of Stone's other earlier works, JFK especially. That's a good film about for learning about how films can be constructed. I think it's a good example. Gaga House of Gucci. That's how you parody a biopic. It was comedic genius. Huh. Yeah, not wrong. I want to try a parody of semi-autobiographical films. Any ideas for what ridiculous to include? Ooh, interesting. I think maybe the Weird Al Yankovic biopic is going to be the best example of how to do that, considering the subject, and I think their approach to the subject matter. I think that's going to be a good example of that kind of film. However, if he sees Jake Gyllenhaal with that prisoner's hair, he's losing that protection real quick. You know it. You know it. Does Canada have an Oscar equivalent? Yeah, we have the Canadian Screen Awards, the CSAs, which they've just announced are going to gender-inclusive categories for acting. So they're just copying us, copying what we do. Number one. Oh, looks like we just got a new follower on TikTok. Thank you so much. I'm not a bad kid? What? I don't know. But thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you for hanging out. I meant parodying The Fabelmans, Belfast, Bardo, etc. Yeah. I think just... we should probably... Is Robert Reiner still alive? Is he still available to do something like this? Because I think his his parody takes on documentaries like we saw with This Is Spinal Tap and A Mighty Wind and Best in Show and that kind of stuff. I think he would be the best person suited to do it. Or someone from that sort of comedy troupe. I'm not really sure which one it is, but yeah. Let's keep the Oscar gender exclusive. Only 4 actors a year win. Let's not narrow it down to 2. I would personally be okay if they narrowed it down to 2, but I would want them to expand the nominees. Kind of like how with the Cinemateq Film Awards, we have 10 nominees for that category. For Best Performance and for Best Supporting Performance. I think that would be fine. I just think that you need to, like, going forward, we're not going to be able to have gender exclusivity because there are going to be more and more people who fall outside of that gender binary. So it's going to be something that's forced onto them eventually, and I think they'd be better served by just by getting ahead of it and figuring out a way of doing it that is acceptable to all people involved. And I imagine that's going to have to be a conversation they have with like the Screen Actors Guild as well, because they're going to have a bit of a say in it. So we'll see how it goes. Now you see how big the acting body is. Let's keep allowing 4 people to win it. I honestly don't have a problem with only one person because we only get 1 director winning per year, right? We only get 1 production designer winning a year. We only get 1 film per year. Why should it be any different for the actors? Why should they be the special ones? Okay, so I don't know. Should I do a very haphazard announcement as to what films are going to be in the Archive of Excellence voting? I usually save that stuff for when I have the. The actual thing ready to go, so people can start voting. But do you guys want to taste? Do you want to taste? Do you want to know what got nominated? Because I can tell you. I might not show it to you, but I can tell you. I've got it open right now. Don't tempt us. Maybe I will. Oh, I haven't done the top 10. I can maybe give you some hints. Some hints. Maybe I'll tell you like the number 1 film from each decade. Although that might bias you guys when it comes to actually voting, and I don't want to do that. Oh, Preston, gotta love that. Gotta love that enthusiasm. Yeah, I guess you can tell us. All right, hold on one second. Let me just go down to the internet view. But let me bring up. Switch over to this. This is not how I like to do my. Wait, where is it? What the hell? YouTube Studio? No, not that. We don't need chat up here. Man, you guys are getting to see all of the different tabs. All right, there we go. There it is. Did the stream freeze? It may have, but hopefully it's back now. You guys all good? I think I might have had an issue with Streamlabs, but it should be good now. It looks like it's all good on my end. Apologies if that happened to you. Not my intention. Sometimes everything just goes wrong. So, it's back. Well, good. Oscars for acting used to be male and female, but received backlash because supporting actors never got the nominations over the leading. Thus why supporting categories was created. Yeah, and I think it's good to actually have best lead performance and best supporting performance. And the idea that like women may get shafted by moving to inclusive categories, I think is a valid one. But it's one that I think would be interesting to see happen, to see if that did happen. Because we could very honestly end up with a year when like Jessica Chastain kills it, and Lupita Nyong'o kills it, and Nicole Kidman kills it, and we end up with like, you know, 4 out of the 5 performances being women being nominated. In which case, that's fine. And if it ends up being 4-1 the other way the next year, I think that's fine. As long as we're not seeing any year-over-year bias towards one or the other, I think going with the inclusive the inclusive gender category is fine. Especially if they expand the nominees, which will allow more people to get nominated, which I think they probably should do if they're going to be doing that. You didn't realize it was bad because your internet's bad? Well, it's fine now. So it's just the internet. So, yeah, these are the films that are going to get nominated. I'm still deciding whether to do top 5 or top 7. It may change per category. Like, as an example here, you can see here that the top films are The Gardener, The Astronomer's Dream, The House of the Devil, Train Pulling Into the Station, and The Muybridge Experiment. And then when you get beyond that, it's like this massive tie for the next place. So for 1895 to 1899 is probably just going to be these top 5. But yeah. In 1900 to 1909, we've got... oh, this isn't sorted properly. Whoops. Wait, what did I just do? Gotta have these sorted properly, TJ. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? This one was pretty hilarious, actually. Why is it doing? Why are you being a dinkus? It's being a dinkus. Why are you being a dinkus? It was doing this before. How did I fix it? In any case, this one's still pretty easy to do. It's A Trip to the Moon, The Great Train Robbery, The Red Spectre, The Story of the Kelly Gang, and it might only be 4 because there's a bunch of other stuff tied for the next spot with like only 3 votes, or with only 3 points, so probably not going to do that. So it'll probably just be those 4: Trip to the Moon, Great Train Robbery, The Red Spectre, and The Story of the Kelly Gang. Yeah, but Frances McDormand having 3 Oscars over other legends will get very tiresome of a narrative. But like that doesn't mean that Frances McDormand's going to win every year, right? And like doesn't she have a better opportunity to win if we do continue to have 4 acting categories? I would think so. Next, 1910 to 1919. Your top films are Dante's Inferno, which I was very surprised by, A Dog's Life, Intolerance, Cabiria, Cleopatra, and The Rink. This category will likely be those 6, since we did get a tie for 4th place between all of these. So I think those are probably going to be it. I am sad that Back to God's Country didn't make the cut, but I couldn't like let it get in and not include these other 3 films. So yeah, that's that. Next up, 1920, 1922. This one's cool. I really like this specific category. So this one's going to be Nosferatu, Metropolis, The Passion of Joan of Arc, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and Man with a Movie Camera. Like literally some of the best films ever made, and we're going to be able to pick between them. I could potentially do 7 in this one, so I'll have to consider that. I'll have to think about that. Steamboat Willie and The General, both of course deserving to get in, although Steamboat Willie is a short, although I didn't say don't vote for shorts in the rules, so technically that one would be allowed. So the actual categories in which films you get to vote on may be a little bit different depending on if I go with a 5 or a 7. I'm not going to do 10 because that's just too many films. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at right now. For 1930, we've got Wizard of Oz, Frankenstein, Modern Times, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and Gone with the Wind. If this goes to 7, it will also include The City Lights and The Invisible Man. And I mean, I want The Invisible Man to be in here. That would be pretty cool. Also, thank you to Daddy Lou for sending some likes my way on TikTok. I appreciate that. And if you're watching me on YouTube and you haven't liked the live stream yet, please do so. But yeah, I feel pretty good about these ones getting in. Wizard of Oz, Frankenstein, Modern Times, Snow White, and Gone with the Wind. I think that's pretty strong. And these categories start getting like very strong very quickly. As an example, 1940 to 1949, Citizen Kane, Casablanca, It's a Wonderful Life, Pinocchio, and The Red Shoes. And if we expand it to 7, it's The Bicycle Thieves and Fantasia, which is pretty great. That's a pretty great category. A little disappointed that if we do go with the 5, we're not getting like any like these are all American films for the most part, so I'm a little bit disappointed in that, but you know, it ain't so bad because when we get into 1950, it's 12 Angry Men, Vertigo, Seven Samurai, Rear Window, and Akuru. That's right. Akira Kurosawa getting two films in the top 5. It's pretty great. And also Hitchcock getting 2 films in the top 5 with Vertigo and Rear Window. And 12 Angry Men just sort of like hanging out up there. I also like the spread on this one. There isn't like 12 Angry Men got the most, but it's not like the clear front runner. Also, if I do go to 7, I may have to do this one as 6, and then that gets Life of Oharu in. The reason I wouldn't do 7 is that Paths of Glory and Singing in the Rain are tied, so they would disqualify each other. So if I do decide to go to 7, then Life of Oharu will also be in there, which may sway me to actually do 7 for all of them, because I desperately want Life of Oharu to get voted on, or be part of the vote at the very least. Then in 1960, we've got 2001: A Space Odyssey, Psycho, The Graduate, Doctor Strangelove, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in your top 5. If it gets expanded, then that would also, to 7, it would also include Night of the Living Dead. But Zed, which I'm glad someone else gave a 5 to, like, that's awesome, thank you. That one wouldn't be able to go in because it's currently tied with It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. So that would be your top 6 if it does in fact go to 7, and then of course I just take away. Man, whoever's in TikTok, whoever you are, just giving all the likes, awesome. Thank you. You're doing great work. Let's see here. 1970 to 1979, your top films are The Godfather, Jaws, Star Wars, that is of course Star Wars: A New Hope, Alien, and Apocalypse Now. And I think, yeah, probably will have to include Taxi Driver in this no matter what I do, because there's no way Apocalypse Now is not going in this. Like, we're not going to have a top 4 for 1970. We're just not going to do that. That might just be an executive decision that I have to make. Could also, as a 7, include A Clockwork Orange, but I think that top 6 is pretty incredible. I mean, I would pick Apocalypse Now out of those, but a lot of great films there. Don't know if Godfather would actually win that, although it might. Now, for 1980, this one was heavily weighted in favor of The Shining, which was pretty interesting, I thought. So we've got The Shining, Back to the Future, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Thing, and Blade Runner is your top 5. Obviously, The Empire Strikes Back is disqualified because it's already in the Archive of Excellence, would then mean we would be including, if it goes to 7, we'd be including Aliens and Breakfast Club. So that'd be interesting. Wait, are those submissions closed? Yep, the submissions are closed, Fernanda. I should probably actually take it out of the... or have I done that already? Oh, I've already done that. Good for me. Pat on the back, TJ. So yeah, those submissions were open for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I did mention that they were going to close on, I think, the 21st. Yeah, so yeah, those submissions closed, and unfortunately, no more submissions for nominations are going to be coming or be counted. So I'm sorry if you missed it, but you know, there's always next year, and then there's always the Cinemateq Film Awards as well. And then to round things out with 1990, we're looking at The Shawshank Redemption, and I like how close the 90s is. The Shawshank Redemption, Fight Club, Goodfellas, Forrest Gump, and The Truman Show as a top 5, with potentially... Oh no, that one will have to stay as a top 5, because otherwise it will be... I would have to include 8, which would include Fargo, The Matrix, and Silence of the Lambs, and I would love for Silence of the Lambs to get in here, but unfortunately it does not. This is kind of like an interesting category to me, because to me personally, None of these films are anywhere close to being one of the best films of the 90s. I guess you can make the case for Goodfellas, but I think the rest of them are kind of just like either nostalgia or sentimental picks, right? So this is going to be interesting to see what actually comes out. Like, if you would have told me that, you know, Forrest Gump was going to make it in here over Jurassic Park and Pulp Fiction and Schindler's List and The Big Lebowski and Saving Private Ryan, I'd have thought you were nuts. But yeah, this is it. How is it organizing all the films with the spelling issues? I have a system, so it's not actually that difficult. It is a bit of a process. So like, here is the initial tally, and then here are the actual form responses, right? So I would kind of go through and just change stuff at will, but I would have this tally in line, so I knew like which ones were getting repeated, basically. So if, for example, if someone had like if there were 3 different ways that people had spelled the nightmare, then a nightmare would appear here 3 times. So then I would know here that I would need to go to all of the different versions of the nightmare and just kind of like copy and paste the correct way of spelling it into all of them. And then by doing that, it appears only as one in this list. So yeah. I voted for Home Alone 4 times. Well, I mean, there you go, Dory. There's your ballot shenanigans. I didn't see any ballot shenanigans. I was kind of surprised at how often Charlie Brown things were being nominated. I thought maybe there were some shenanigans going on there, but nothing that I could identify other than people just loving Charlie Brown. But yeah, looking at all of the entries, it seemed like there wasn't any like ballot stuffing or anything like that. So yeah, nothing that I could identify. So it seemed like it was on the level. And I think we ended up getting a little over 65 of these, being me an Excel master. I am not an Excel master, but I know how to do some stuff. I hate Sandlot for no reason. I mean, it would have to be for no reason because Sandlot's kind of fun. It's kind of a fun thing. Nothing. I mean, I'm just streaming right now. What's up with you, Boone? Was I the only one who voted A Brighter Summer Day in the 90s? I have no idea. I guess we can. Well, I guess we can check the tallies. 1990, A Brighter Summer Day. Yep, it either received. I mean, if you had it as a number 5, like as your first pick, then yeah, you were the only one. I didn't vote for that. Did anyone vote for me being an Excel master? Come on. All right, let's go back to this. So yeah, those are the films, and I don't know when the actual vote's going to be going live. I might try to have it ready for next week so that like people on the Patreon stream will have access to it. Not like, I guess first, but it won't really matter. And then on the next Wednesday live stream, I'll release it for sure then. But also like make sure to follow me on Twitter and on TikTok because I'll be when it launches, it'll be mentioned on there as well. So that's when you're gonna know that it's all happening. So yeah. When is the voting going down? I need to set up the actual vote thing first. And so if I can get the Google Forms set up and ready to go tomorrow or Friday, then it will be available early next week. Or I may make it available in the Discord. If you would like access to the Discord, all you have to do is support me on Patreon and you get immediate access to the Discord. Are the nominees locked in? The nominees are locked in. The only thing that I really need to do is decide if I'm going to do 5 or 7 nominees. And then that will really determine the nominees. Yes, you just missed the overview. I just went through them all. But don't worry. The actual form will be done soon. I just don't know. Yeah. I'm still thinking about maybe trying to release like a longer form video this Friday, but I don't know if I have it in me right now for that. It's just been a frustrating week in terms of like, you know, TikTok being dumb and YouTube being dumb and lots of other stuff. Although TikTok, I guess, likes me again, so I've got that going for me, which is nice. Any new followers coming in? Yeah, a few. Randomly. And yeah, like I said, YouTube's also been stupid with the way that it's been treating my shorts. So, like, growth has kind of stymied there, which is annoying because I was doing well and now I'm doing less well. Being a content creator is dumb, guys. I'm not a big fan of it. Now that we're a little bit later in the evening, I am going to take down this giant GD black thing. Yeah, get that out of here. I want to be able to look at my cat. What's up, Rocco? Turn this light on, too. Get some yellow shit going on in here. There we go. You still can't see the, the kitchen. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. And no, Brent, I will not be doing it again. I will not be doing it again. It wasn't as grand as a reveal as I normally do, which I'm kind of sad about, but whatever. Rocco time? I mean, it's Rocco time for me because I actually get to see him. You guys, maybe you'll get Rocco time at some point, but not right now. Maybe eventually. Maybe eventually. All right, for the people watching on TikTok, I'm going to shut down that live stream. I'm going to keep the YouTube stream going. But if you want to come hang out on YouTube. Same name. You can find me very easily. Just Cinemateq. Real simple. But thank you so much for watching over on TikTok. And I hope you have a great night if you don't join us over in YouTube land. So goodbye. There we go. Now it's just us. What's up, everybody? Oh, I'm going to take this phone down. I'm going to narrate the things that I do. Oh, TJ, I ordered the same type cat feeder you have for my cats, the one that feeds them at certain times. Nice. There are many different versions of it, so I don't know if we have the exact same one. Did I tell you guys the actual, like, name of the food? Or, excuse me, not the food, but, like, the name of the brand name? Did I tell you guys that? Also, yeah, shout out to the people who, like, donated coins to me during the TikTok stream. Who was doing that? Alyssa Hort? Or Alyssa Short? Alright. Party. Thank you, thank you. And the Funko Film Fandom. What's up with this guy? Alright. Cool. Well, thank you to both. Who had the highest watch time, though? Movie Buff Ari. I don't even know who that is. Well, this is one of you guys. Oh, Marcel Movie was watching as well. That's cool. TJ, I was looking up the pet feeder and saw reviews that said if the internet goes down, the feeder doesn't work. Is that true? The feeder has a battery backup. So it will still be able to dispense at the correct times, I believe. Wait, if the internet goes down, the feeder doesn't work. Well, the internet, that wouldn't... It should, because it has the battery backup. Because I think the feeding times, you input them in an app in your phone, and then that gets sent to... that is in the memory of the feeder. So as long as the battery backup is working, it should still continue to work. Because otherwise, what would be the point of the battery backup, right? Like, if your power, like... Yeah, no, I don't think that's right. I don't think that could be it. Wopet, automatic feeder, internet outage. And I mean, like, when could the internet possibly go out? If there's a Wi-Fi outage, not a power outage, does the feeder continue to dispense fuse? If a Wi-Fi outage will prevent you from accessing the feeder from your cellular device. Any preset feeding times will continue to process as scheduled as long as an electronic source or batteries are in place. Best thing to do is purchase battery backup to your home Wi-Fi and pet feeder. Yeah, so I think it's fine. TJ, select one film to delete from film history. The Island. Of course, The Island. It's always going to be The Island. 4 approaches to solving Wopet automatic feeder not working. God, why am I doing this right now? I mean, because I'm concerned about Rocco. Can't have an internet outage. But yeah, I think it would be. I can't imagine that being a problem. You need to try this for science. Like turn off my Wi-Fi and then see if it still works. I could try that if you want. Obviously not now while I'm streaming because that might interrupt the stream. But yeah, I can try that tomorrow maybe. Us on YouTube are the real MVPs. Oh, that's true. That's absolutely true. And yeah, Eli, I'm glad that you got the cat feeder, the automatic cat feeder. I think it actually makes just having a cat so much easier. You can go out, you don't have to worry about being home to feed them or whatever, or them going without food. If you get hit by a car, then they're still going to get fed for a little while afterwards, so that's good. And with mine, because it is Wi-Fi enabled, I can actually like feed him if I'm out. Like last night, as I said, I was out having a drink with a friend, and it was time for his 10 o'clock meal, but I wasn't home, so I just like made sure that he got like a little bit of food to tide him over, so he wasn't stressed out or anything like that. And now he's just a little angel sleeping on his pizza boxes. Have you seen Memoirs of a Geisha? Is it worth watching? I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things. It was an Oscar favorite when it came out. I believe it won for like costume design and other stuff. Ugh, let's see if I can look this up. Costume design and production design would make a lot of sense. Memoirs of a Geisha. But yeah, I have not seen it. If anyone else has seen this, please get in the chat and let us know what you thought about it. Awards and nominations. It received 6 Academy Award nominations and won 3 for Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, and Best Costume Design. And then it also looks like it won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama and Best Original Score. So it did well. It's probably worth checking out. Cats are so much easier than dogs. We just fill up our cat's bowl when we see it slightly empty. He doesn't have feeding times and somehow he isn't fat. Yeah, some cats are good like that. I cannot do that with Rocco. He will just eat. He will eat forever. And so I have to be very strict with his feeding times. Very strict with his feeding times, which is why I have the automatic feeder. If I would love to be able to just leave out like a cup of kibble for him and he like slowly eats it over a couple of days. That would be fantastic. But he is not about that life. Not about that life at all. I cannot do that with Buster either. There will be nothing left pretty much immediately. Yeah. Some cats have self-control. Some cats do not. And Rocco is one of the ones that does not. Excuse me. Eli, yours does the same thing. That's why you bought the auto feeder. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I recommend anyone with a cat like look into it at the very least. Quite a good thing. I'm just checking out Twitter to see if there's anything interesting going on in Twitter in film land. People who swear a lot tend to be more honest, loyal, and upfront with their friends. That's fucking true, man. I got no problem doing the swears. Do I know that person? I don't know if I do. Well, fuck. I have 2 cats. One overeats and the other cat undereats. So, like, they balance out then, right? My cat takes about a day and a half to finish a bowl. I have 2 dogs, and one of them is used to having food there and eat it eventually, but my other dog is crazy and vacuums her food, essentially. Yeah. It's so stressful sometimes. Having a cat that undereats, I can believe that. I remember I got stressed out when Rocco underate a little bit, and he started to lose a bit of weight, and I was like, no, he's getting too small. And then, like, fast forward a year later, and he's like 2 to 3 pounds overweight because I think I overreacted after a vet visit. So stupid on my part. But I just love my cat so much. And I want him to live. Oh, why am I yawning so much? I slept in this morning. I personally put away swearing when I became Christian, but swears still come out because I used to swear a lot. I mean, to me, I like, people do with your own language as you will, and for whatever reasons you want. I have no problem with that. For me, swearing was kind of just like a thing that my friends and I did when I was a kid, and it was also taboo because like our parents would always tell us like not to do it. But then of course like my dad also swore up a storm during like baseball games and shit like that. So the kind of lessons I was getting, like, it's not good to swear, and then my dad would just be calling the Blue Jays a bunch of fucking idiots. That lesson didn't stick real well. I'll say that. But then it also became something of a way of expressing comfort and affection, kind of. So I knew that profanity was not something that you should do in polite society. You shouldn't say it around grandma. You shouldn't, do that. You shouldn't really do that, right? Like, you're not supposed to do it. It is a taboo thing. So then because of that, and like I have no problem using profanity in my day-to-day life, as I mentioned before when I told an entire audience of people to shut the fuck up. But when it comes to like personal interactions with people, if I swear in front of you, it likely means that I find that I am comfortable enough around you to actually do that. I'm not just going to like swear in front of everybody. If I first meet somebody or go out on a first date or something like that, I probably wait until the other person uses profanity before I use profanity because I don't know how comfortable they are with it. But then after a little while, after a little bit of just talking or whatever, getting the vibe of the person, whatever, then it's like, yeah, fuck, shit, piss, whatever, say whatever you want. But it is kind of like a comfort thing with me. If I'm really comfortable with you, I will swear. You can tell that I'm very comfortable live streaming because I swear. TJ about to get demonetized. Usually live streams don't get demonetized for profanity because because it's so long, right? Like this at this point, this is a 2 hour and 17-minute video. So they're not going to demonetize me for saying like the F word like 10 times. Usually you get demonetized for profanity if you swear a lot within like the first 30 seconds to a minute of your video, because that's when most definitely an ad would have been shown on your content, right? So that demonetization could happen for that reason. Ugh. I'm gonna slap the yawns away from me. So for me, like just saying fuck a bunch of times, like 2 hours into a live stream, I most definitely will not get demonetized for that. I honestly don't think they care about it. Let's see. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys are following it, but Donald Trump is basically like burying himself on the internet, and it's pretty funny. Health Canada will announce Thursday that it has approved a vaccine to fight the Omicron variant of COVID-19. Nice. Sign me up. I swear a lot, but I never swear at people. If I stub my toe, I'm going to yell, fuck, but I'll never swear with the intention to hurt people. My parents and most of my family is fine with swearing. Yeah, I actually had like a 7th grade teacher give us that example, which was really weird. When you're in elementary school, you do not expect to hear a teacher use profanity. But the way that she described it to us was like, there's, as you say, there's profanity meant to hurt somebody, and then there's profanity which is a way of describing how you're feeling or your reaction to something. So the example that she gave was like, it's not cool to call someone a piece of shit, but it's fine to say that you're feeling shitty. And I tend to agree with that. But like, yeah, I would kind of reserve that kind of thing, like saying to someone, you're a piece of shit. Like, that's reserved for a very specific moment in history when like someone is being real bad, like unless I'm joking, like if someone were to say like, oh, I don't think the Blue Jays are a very good team, I'm not going to just like look at them and be like, you're a piece of shit, you asshole. I'm just gonna be like, oh, Okay. So yeah, like actively just like looking at someone and trying to like debase? Not debase. No, don't clip that, Brent. What are you talking about? I mean, if you want to clip it, go ahead. I don't care. You're a piece of shit, you asshole. There you go. There's a second one for you. Has anyone seen the film Never Look Away? I'm searching for a World War II film related to art, and Monuments Men was terrible. Never Look Away. Is that Keira Knightley film? The Blue Jays suck. I mean, I would love to say that like we can't all buy good baseball teams like the New York Yankees can, but the Blue Jays have the richest owners in all of baseball. So like, let's just buy the best team possible. Like, I don't care anymore. It sucks that it's Rogers that owns the Blue Jays, but hey. Grandma curse more than your entire family. Yeah, probably. My insults have become very creative. Yeah, that's kind of one of the other things with like just not using profanity anymore, and it's one of the more one of the good things that actually came out of the Hays Code and general censorship in Hollywood films whenever the Hays Code was introduced. When was the Hays Code introduced? Is it like 1936? 1934. Yeah, the films that were released under the Hays Code, they had to get like very clever with how they presented sex or profanity or insults and things like that. So you actually end up getting like really clever, really implicit dialogue in those years, and some of it's wonderful. His Girl Friday is a great example of that. The Big Sleep is also good for that, but that film kind of has an incomprehensible plot, which was later adapted as The Big Lebowski, FYI. Also, yes, I have seen Never Look Away, Fernanda, and I wasn't super hot on it, but I also kind of liked it. Although I don't think it's really a World War II film. It's more of a Cold War film, isn't it? Because it takes place in Germany during Soviet occupation of Eastern Germany. So I don't know if it counts as a World War II film. But there is definitely art in it, so it's got that going for it. I'm trying to think if there's any other films that have to do with art in World War II. What are the best Cold War films? Cold War? The film called Cold War? I don't think it actually has to do with like the Cold War in general. It takes place during the Cold War, but it is like one of the most beautifully photographed films you will ever see. And the acting in it is quite good. And the ending of the film is an absolute gut punch. Like, Cold War is great. Tori, I like you're saying this. Cold War, best Cold War film, kind of. If you want to see a film that's more focused on like Cold War, like stuff, like talking about the anxieties of people during the Cold War, I think Failsafe is an excellent one to watch. Is Bridge of Spies a Cold War film? I thought it was a World War II film, but I may be mistaken. I haven't seen it. TJ keeps skipping comments. I've been waiting for you to read Dory's comment for like 5 minutes. What? Guys, I'm just jumping around. Don't worry. I'll get there. But yeah, Failsafe is a great Cold War film because it actually looks at what happens if America and the Soviet Union got into a position where nuclear war was about to be declared. It was actually supposed to come out before Dr. Strangelove, but Stanley Kubrick like sued to have it delayed so that Dr. Strangelove came first. And if you ever see Failsafe, you'll understand why he did that. And I just really recommend you see Failsafe. So Cold War, Failsafe, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold from like the fifth, or when did that one come out? Technically, like a lot of the James Bond films are Cold War films. It's sort of always there. Yeah, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold came out I think in 1965. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one to do. I'm sure there's others. Rocky IV, End of the Cold War. Oh, that's right. All right, let's get through some of these comments so Don feels like I'm paying attention. Wait, TJ, what was your last date like? Give us the tea. Man, I haven't been on a date in like over a year. Probably longer than that. So not a lot of tea to spill. TJ, have you heard about the recent controversy with YouTube's demonetization banning system? What's the recent controversy, Eli? I haven't heard anything about that. Mentioning Judi Dench too many times will get you demonetized? Yo. I guess I'm demonetized. Truck drivers have the worst potty mouths I've ever seen. Man, give me a couple of beers and put me in a room with some of my friends. I will show you a potty mouth. I keep it... Like, I know I swear on these streams, but I do not swear at the peak of my abilities. If you don't mind TV, you can check out The Americans. Yeah, the first season of The Americans is quite good, and I wish I watched more of it. So, yeah. Maybe I will one day. Who knows? Sweet, thanks for the recommendations. Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of, like, other really good ones that I'm missing here. Hold on. Films about the Cold War. See if I can find some good ones. Oh, apparently The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is a Cold War film. That's supposed to be pretty good. I haven't seen it. Oh, Bridge of Spies is a Cold War film. There you go. Ooh, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, the newer one by Thomas Alfredson. That's got Gary Oldman in it. That one's pretty good. The Lives of Others I've heard is very good as well. I'm not going to say that 13 Days is a good movie, but I kind of like that movie. Also, I mean, the Hunt for Red October is not a Cold War film. It comes out after the Cold War ends, so that doesn't count. Spy Game with Robert Redford and Brad Pitt, I think, is a bit of an underappreciated Cold War film for sure. Top Gun is a Cold War film. It is. Hunt for Red October is in this list. Hunt for Red October is not a Cold War film. It came out in like 90. Ooh, actually, did it come out before the fall of the Soviet Union? It did. Oh, The Hunt for the Red October must be one of the last Cold War films then. That's wild. Yo, Red Heat. Yes. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jim Belushi or John Belushi as like detectives. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a detective from Soviet Russia, I think, or Austria maybe. And John Belushi, they like try to solve a crime in New York together. That's pretty funny. What else we got here? War Games. War Games is a Cold War film. Red Dawn, the original Red Dawn, that's a pretty good Cold War film as well. It takes a look at what would happen if the United States was invaded by, is it Russia? I know in the remake they changed it to North Korea, but I think it might be Russia in the original. What else we got? All right, I think that's all the ones I'm going to get out of this. Adventure movies about the Cold War, thrillers about the Cold War. Yeah, a lot of stuff here is trying to overlap. So I think everything I just said are worth at least investigating. Ooh. So apparently other movies are Women in Gold and The Last Vermeer. Basically, the Top Gun I want is related to the degenerate art exhibition from the Nazis. I met TJ's girlfriend on a live stream. He got good taste. I mean, you know. No, Don, when I said I haven't been on a date in over a year, that doesn't mean I'm taken. I've been aggressively single for over 2 years now, I think. And dating in the pandemic, at the height of the pandemic, was stupid. And then when I started like doing Cinemateq as my job back in September, I just haven't had really the time to even investigate dating. So yeah, it's just something I've not been doing. Oh yeah, aggressively single. Not an incel though. I don't go in on that bullshit. Voluntary celibate. That's what I am. Women in Gold. What's up with that movie? Women in Gold. Okay. Film stars Helen Mirren from two. Oh, Tatiana Maslany's in that. All right. What was the other one? The Last. These all seem like they're more modern films, eh, Fernanda? Like, I feel like this is something that would have been covered by a film in like the 60s or 70s, you would assume. Ooh, Clay's Bang. That guy's in a film that I just watched, and he is an attractive man. Oh shit, this wait, was this called something else? This looks kind of good actually. This cast is pretty good. Guy Pearce, Claes Bang, Vicky Krieps, Roland Moeller, Olivia Grant. Like, it's a decent cast. Although looking at the way that Guy Pearce is wearing like makeup and his hairstyle, I'm going to assume that maybe it's not a great one. What did I just see? Oh yeah, Claes Bang. I just saw him in The Square. And he was quite good in that. Right? I saw him in The Square. Yep, saw him in The Square. Booyah! What is this? Corey has a video on it. You should watch it. YouTube system is very favored and possibly racist. Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, the fact of YouTube being, like, unfair based on how they've set up their algorithm is, yeah, something that I would just admit to. Like, it's not even something you admit to, it's just the way it is. You know, the way you get seen on this platform is basically having the best click-through rate and the best watch time. But if you're entering into a vertical or a niche that is already heavily populated, then it's virtually impossible to break through because you're always going to have people ahead of you who have better click-through rates and watch time because they already have an established built-in audience, right? Which is why doing long-form reviews, even though I like doing long-form reviews every now and again, they have no real shot of penetrating into the YouTube filmosphere because you have people like Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns and like Amanda the Jedi and a bunch of other YouTube reviewers who already have like 200,000, 500,000, a million subscribers. So people are always going to be clicking on those things, which gives them a great click-through rate, and people are always going to be watching their videos to the end, which gives them great watch time. So the odds that I have of popping up with my smaller but obviously way cooler audience are minimal to none. So if I ever want to go anywhere on YouTube, it has to be a unique approach to film content on the platform, which I still honestly have yet to kind of figure out. And it probably should have by now. Top Gun for Best Original Song. Fight me on this. I can't think of anything else that could go in there, but I'm sure that there are better songs. Well, it'd be better to watch his video, but a lot of videos that people upload get demonetized and suppressed and age restricted, while others aren't, even though they play the same game. Yeah, shit happens. You also have to remember with things like demonetization, that occasionally is not automatic. And by automatic, I mean it's not AI driven. I think in certain cases it is. But there's also like a large group of people at YouTube who review these things. So one of the things that they ran into is an issue like a little while ago, and I don't know if this is still an issue or not, but they were finding that LGBTQA plus content was being demonetized at a higher rate than content that did not dealt with straight people, heterosexual type stuff. And one of the things that they discovered while doing this is that a lot of the moderators who were in control of going through the review process for demonetization lived in countries that had very strong anti-gay sentiments. So they were more likely as a reviewer, as a content moderator, to agree that that kind of content should be demonetized because they were more likely to have the belief that gay, queer, trans content is something that should be demonetized. The extent to which that has been fixed, I have no idea, but I know that that problem was identified recently. Or, I mean, within the last few years. But yeah. The Courier 2020 with Cumberbatch, good Cold War film, there you go. Dr. Strangelove is also a Cold War film, yes. Probably one of the more well-known ones. TJ Boutique to practice celibacy and apply to become a nun. He's a saint. No way, dude. I have fucking inverted pentagrams tattooed on my body. They're not taking me at a convent. Yeah, I had trouble figuring out movies like that. The most everyone recommended was Monuments Men and Never Look Away. Gotcha. There's got to be some other stuff here, like World War II art films. That's a bad thing to Google it, but that has to do with art. Films about stolen art by the Nazis. Monument Men. Ha! Look at that. Movie about stolen art by Nazis. The Monuments Men. The first thing that comes up. Let's see. If there's anything else we could find here. I imagine there's going to be a lot of documentaries about this subject, right? I don't know if that is what you're going to be looking for. Art history. The Last Vermeer. Yeah, that's one that's already in here. The Last Crusade. Is that about stolen Nazi art? I don't think it is. Nazis try to steal art in it, technically. Monuments Men. 3 films to talk about art in World War II. Ooh, from the Latin American Post. This might be different stuff. JK. So we got Women in Gold. Monuments Men. What's number 3? Okay, there's a film here called Hitler versus Picasso from 2018. That might be worth looking into. I don't know. Oh yeah, I saw the documentary Hitler versus Picasso. It was interesting. Okay, yeah. Films about Nazi looting. Department of Financial Services. Wait, is this coming from the New York State government? Ooh, this is interesting. So I don't know, Fernanda, if you've ever seen this. I guess the New York State Department of Financial Services put together a list of films about Nazi looting. So it looks like there's a film here that played at some film festivals called Chasing Portraits. I assume that's a documentary. Got Monuments Men. Monsieur Klein looks like one here. Portrait of Wally, The Rape of Europa, Stealing Clement, Women in Gold, The Train with Burt Lancaster. There you go. So here are some other options for you, I hope. So yeah, I guess if you just like Google search Department of Financial Services films about Nazi looting, there are some here listed. I don't know many of these films. Yes, I would like to leave to the Department of Financial Services website. Thank you very much. Oh shit, this is directed by Joseph Losey. Yo, Fernanda, check this one out. Mr. Klein, check this film out, please. Oh shit, that guy was in Zed. Yo, I want to watch this movie now. That's awesome. So yeah, Joseph Losey directed a film called The Servant that I'm a big proponent of. Here it is right here, starring Dick Beauregard and others. Very good, very, 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 very good British film from the early 60s. Mr. Klein, yeah, I'm going to put that on my watch list, actually. Mr. Klein, right on. Sweet. Anything else here that's good? I'm looking for ones that are more... Yeah, what is up with The Train by Burt Lancaster? I mean, a Burt Lancaster film would be great no matter what. Ooh, there's that train. Training along. So 1964, directed by John Frankenheimer. That must be one of his earliest films. Yeah, this is probably a lot of fun, too. Paul Scofield playing a Nazi. Nice. Oh, Jean Monroe. I recognize her from stuff. She's been in movies before. Jules and Jim. Yeah. She must play a French woman in this. Cool. Yeah, there's another one to throw on the watch list. Also, yeah, is this one of John Frankenheimer's first films? It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be. Oh, I guess he would have done The Manchurian Candidate first. So he would have been like an established director at this point then, too. Because, yeah, he also did The Birdman of Alcatraz, which I think won Oscars. Manchurian Candidate was a big film when it came out. I think 7 Days in May is another big one. And then he did Seconds and Grand Prix afterwards. Like, yeah, I'd put The Train on that list, too. I would put The Train on that list for sure. Let's do that. The Train. Watch list. TJ will always recommend you watch his content for 127 hours. Yes, please. TJ, have you thought about doing film reviews made in India? They got 1.2 billion people and they all speak English. That is a potential gateway for me. I worry, though, that that because I'm like a white guy from Canada, I would not be able to speak on Indian films, especially since their mode of film is essentially unique or in some ways divorced from the Western, like American mode of filmmaking. And so I would be hesitant to speak with any kind of authority on those films. Whereas I have no hesitation to do it with like American and Canadian films and even European films. But yeah, because there's so much, and also like I don't have this hesitation when I can tell that a film is like, say a film is from South Africa or from Japan or anything like that. If it's being made in sort of like the Western mode or Western model of filmmaking, then I have no problem discussing it with at least some kind of authority. But because the Indian mode, especially when it comes to Bollywood, is so different, I don't know if I would have the cultural background in order to review them in a way that would be helpful or useful, or would not land me in like a bunch of hot water. So I don't know how I would approach that if I were to do it. But it is a consideration for sure. Oh wait, do you recommend I watch 127 Hours tonight? If not, any of the recommendations? I haven't seen 127 Hours, and I'm sure there's some other people here who can give you some really good film recommendations. Let me see, just out of the stuff I've watched recently, if there's anything that's like easy to get a hold of that I would recommend. If you're in the mood for kind of like a survival thriller, God, I don't know. What would be a good one for that? A survival thriller. I'm not sure, Eli. I think other people will have to weigh in on this and not lead you astray. Most popular pitches marathon. What? Go on Shark Tank and look at their most recent live stream. What? Why? I don't know if I want to go to youth tonight. I got a headache and I'm very tired. Do what you got to do, Preston. Take care of yourself. That's always the most important thing. You don't even have to click at it. What? Are you talking about on YouTube? And look at their most recent. You know, Shark Tank started in Canada as Dragon's Den, eh? We make everything. I don't... What, Shark Tank Global? Is that what you're talking about? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? You trying to play with the curtain? Are you upset because it's a bigger black thing than you are? Aw, poor boy. Rocco. Why don't you come up here? You want to come say hi? You want to put in your appearance? Give the people some of that tummy love? No? You're going to go over and look at your food bowl? Fair point. Fair point. Most popular pitches marathon live. I don't know. I'm here and I don't see a live stream. Unless it's like a different Shark Tank thing. Sure, yeah. There is this one Indian doc I want to watch called About Love. It's on Mubi. Nice. Most popular pitches marathon. I don't see anything, man. Most popular pitches. Yeah, I don't see a live stream going right now. Maybe it's not available in my country. New drinking game. Take a shot every time TJ mentions Canada did something first. Oh, I could probably go off on that. Get you all nice and drunk. I almost asked my dad if he wanted to watch Wolf of Wall Street with me. It would have been second watch. I'm glad I didn't because my friend watched it and he told me too much nudity. Yeah, there is quite a bit of nudity in that film. Oh, Rocco's back. You gonna come up here? Now that you're hungry and you realize there's no food in your bowl, you're gonna come back to the person who you think is gonna give you food? Typical cat. Hey, where are you going? Aw. I don't know if we're gonna get any Rocco sightings today. Sorry, everyone. You'll have to put up with me instead. What's going on in the world? Oh, wait a second. Poltergeist t-shirt? Yeah, I'm wearing a Poltergeist t-shirt. So I can actually show this to you guys if you want. I always have problems finding clothes that fit me because I'm so tall and so wide. Fat boys, what's up? But I did find this one. Like, usually I am the person who buys like a $40 long sleeve at a concert, and I want that to be my and I want to wear that. I'm basically 6'4". And because I'm overweight, like I have problems finding shirts that are long enough for me. So sometimes what actually ends up happening is that when I buy like a shirt that is supposed to fit me, it will shrink, and it never shrinks like inwards, it shrinks this way. So then the shirt becomes too short for me and I've wasted money. So I did find this site called Discount Cemetery, and they do like horror and like movie adjacent type stuff. And they have a thing where it's, God, what is it called? They have, maybe it's under their greatest hits, but they have some clothes where it's like fake crew shirts from movies. And so this is like a fake prop department shirt from Poltergeist. You can see the emblem right here, and then on the back it has that same logo. And it's also a pocket shirt, so I got a pocket right there. And this one is like, this shirt is huge. This shirt is big on me, and I love it for that. I kind of swim in it, but it just fits so comfortably, and the material feels great. I'll see if I can find the proper one of it. Would it be under greatest hits, or would it be B-sides, mom and pops, outerwear bundles? Would it be? Yeah, it's probably under greatest hits. I'll find it. I'll probably show you some of the other ones I got in here as well, because I have shopped here before. Or excuse me, yeah, I went kind of crazy. So this Uhura shirt you've probably seen me wear. This is where I got it from. So this is a fun one. I like this shirt. And then what's another one that I've gotten? Oh, there's the Poltergeist one. So that's what it looks like on the back. Poltergeist prop department. So people think that I work on a people think I worked on a movie that came out before I was born, I guess. I don't know. Rocco, get out of here. So yeah, I really like that shirt that I'm wearing right now. What else? What was this one? Roswell 49 pocket t-shirt. I don't have this one. I don't really wear forest green. I did really want to get this Twilight Zone marathon one. I think this one looks really sick. And I may, if I shop here again, I may get this because I really like long sleeve sweaters. Or maybe I'll get the hoodie. Who knows? Although I'm not much of a hoodie guy anymore. I also have this shirt, the Suspense shirt. Really like this. Don't know what it's a reference to, or don't know what the reference is, but it just says Suspense a lot. Although I will say that the lettering on this is more pink than it looks in this photo. But you know, it's okay to have some pink stuff in your wardrobe. Wait, where's the other good one? Cemetery. Oh, Film Crew. Should have done that. So I also have... Oh, they're not selling it anymore. So I have a version of this. It's I have a black long sleeve of this, which is also really great. Rocco, did you just take the thing down? All right, so Rocco, you can see now. Rocco just took down the. He took down the. So now you can see my sink. You can see my sink a little bit. You can thank Rocco for that. So yeah, just going back to this, I have this as like a black long sleeve. It's the crew shirt for working on the Kubrick moon landing movie, which, if you are into conspiracy theories, you'll know that there are people out there who think that the Apollo 11 moon landing was faked and that Stanley Kubrick shot it. Because after 2001: A Space Odyssey, he was obviously so good at doing space. They were like, well, obviously we should hire him. And yeah, this one has a different thing on it. This one says filmed with monolith projection technology. I think it says something different on mine. But I really like this shirt as well. So yeah, these guys are pretty good. Their larger clothes, in my experience, don't shrink to the point where they are not wearable anymore, which is great. That's a thing that I'm really into. And yeah, they don't release new stuff that often. Although I imagine they're gonna have new stuff coming in for the holiday season. And by holiday season, I mean the Halloween season, because that's kind of what they're all about. Ooh, what's on sale? I got this long sleeve here for the Burbs. Missing. Have you seen them? Wait, what is this? No idea what's going on there. Where's the cat? I feel like the cat's up to no good. What are you up to, mister? What's the matter? Come here. No? Here, what's here? Come on. Oh, good kitty. Come here. Oh, I've got him. I have got the cat. Whoa. Whew. Rocco, let's do some of these comments together. People can look at your behind. TJ, how tight do you wear your skinny jeans? Hot topic, want to know. I do wear God, I used to wear Levi's 511s quite a bit, and those are not like, I think those are slim fit, not skinny fit. So that would usually be where I'm at, although I recently switched over to the Levi's 512s because I think there's a bit more room in the thigh, which I enjoy. But TJ, the video I was talking about on Shark Tank is 194 hours. Oh, good God. Well, we're not going to watch a 194-hour live stream. Although that's probably not, like, there's probably looping going on in that, right? Like, that's kind of a common thing for some larger brands. They'll just, like, loop their content on a live stream. I used to try to do that at my old gig, but we couldn't get someone to buy us a $400 computer so we could actually do it and, like, make money and stuff. Ugh. So let's see. Nice bigger clothes. I love giant hoodies and t-shirts. Yeah, for sure. I like feeling comfortable. I'm like 6'2" currently. Probably want to be 6'3" soon. Probably 6'4", but I will never go above that. Cool. You know, all good heights. I wish I was exposed to great movies at 17. Yeah, me too, honestly. I tell my dad about surface level great movies, and he has never heard of them. Citizen Kane and most Hitchcock films. Yeah, it depends on how old your dad is, his interests, things like that. I love conspiracy theories. Some of them are so cool to think about. Yeah, they can be. I just worry about, like, the state of the world that we're getting into with the amount of conspiracy theories out there and how many people, like, absolutely believe a lot of really dumb conspiracy theories. Like, the conspiracy theory of the moon landing being faked, I think, is an interesting one. But if you, like, get to the point where you're literally believing that the moon landing was faked, you've gone down, like, you're too far in, right? Same thing with, like, flat earthers and shit like that. That stuff is funny to laugh at, but it is so potentially dangerous if people start, like, actually acting out on that and thinking that they need to start, like, you know, trying to overthrow elections because of conspiracy theories and the whatnot. Like, that's obviously not something that anyone wants to have happen, and yet here we are, living in a world where that did almost happen. Hey, look, Rocco's kind of trying to stand up for you guys. Oh, he's laying down. He's laying down, but you can still see the tail. Look at that tail. That's a strong tail right there. Let's see. Study to be a nurse practitioner, like 6 years less, and you'll still make bank. Oh, you want to be a filmmaker? Filmmaker equals broke? Yeah, it can. It can mean that for sure. It's tough. It's a tough life, man. Although if you're able to get into, like, one of the trades, one of the film trades, you can actually make quite a bit of money. And by trades, I mean people like grips, gaffers, things like that. I've also heard, like, just from my own sources in the film industry, that assistant editors are really hard to come by these days. So if you're somewhat well established and well liked in the industry for that particular profession, you can do quite well. The hours are kind of rough, but because you're an editor, at least you're doing them all inside. Whereas if you're a grip or a gaffer, you are outside and probably not having a great time. And also, I don't know if going into the healthcare system is a great thing to be doing career-wise, honestly. Especially in Canada, because now it seems like we have more and more governments who are really kind of like, you know what would be cool? Private healthcare. And it's going to get bad up here at some point. Unless we, like, you know, get rid of Doug Ford somehow in Ontario. Although I don't know what it's like out west. I think they're a bit more sane on the West Coast. Rocco time. Rocco, everyone likes you. Yay. Such a good-looking boy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I work on something related to art, so yeah, we struggle money-wise, but we live happily doing what we love. That's the important thing. Earth is obviously flat. Yeah, obviously flat, except for all of the evidence to the contrary. Why is everyone saying that the Earth is flat? Come on, guys. Now we're going to get demonetized. Hammurabi for president. Didn't Hammurabi die? I'd love to get into film, but I live in Maine. Isn't there like just a lot of Stephen King projects being made out in Maine, though? You could probably do that. And you're not going to move to LA? Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't really have any experience living in LA, though. I've been to Anaheim a couple of times for conferences, and like Anaheim is just, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in Anaheim. But that's Anaheim, right? I hope I didn't just dox myself. Maine, to my knowledge, does not have one person in it, so you're probably fine. What would be the easiest Oscar to win? I mean, they would all be incredibly difficult to win. Like, I guess the easiest one to win would be the award that has the smallest pool of people. So, what would that even be? What is there the least of? Dory's saying best song, but then isn't there that one woman who's been nominated like 14 times for best song and hasn't won? I'm sure she's not sitting there being like, yeah, it's super easy to win best song. I don't know. I actually don't know what the easiest one would be. What do you guys think? What do you think the easiest Oscar would be to win? Let me just bring up Oscars. Just to take another quick look. So, something like Best Short Film might be easy to win, especially if you have like a name brand actor attached to it. That could be one that's considered like quote unquote easy. Best Picture is obviously hard. Best Director would be hard. The acting categories would be hard. There's a lot of fucking writers, so I think screenplay is out. International Feature Film. You're technically only up against about 100 other films. So that may actually end up being one of the easier ones to do. But yeah, there's a ton of documentary shorts. There's a ton of documentary features. Live action short might actually be one of the easier ones to do. Production design, sound design, cinematography. Yeah, those are all hard. Yeah, I think it's actually short film. Yeah. Short fiction film. Live action short fiction film. Brent's also saying costume design. There's a lot of costume designers, though. Wouldn't Doc Short be easiest? Maybe recently. Like, I know you're saying that, like, Shaq just won it and, like, Kobe won it, I think, before. Or, like, Kobe won for something else. That's another... Yeah, I think any of the short film categories you can probably leverage in your favor if you have someone, like, quite established attached to it who is going to lobby for you to win. I don't know if one would be especially easier than any of the others, though. Like, for example, at the last Oscars, it was The Long Goodbye, the Riz Ahmed film, that won Best Live-Action Short Film, which is honestly just like one long music video for a Riz Ahmed song. So, yeah, I feel like that one definitely won because it had because it had a name brand actor involved. Oh, then again, I think last year we actually saw an instance where that didn't happen, because we had The Letter Room, which had Oscar Isaac in it, but then the winning film ended up being Two Distant Strangers. So it's still a toss-up, but I do think that there is a good shot that you can win an Oscar with the short film categories. Which doc short be easiest? Oh yeah, there are like dangerous stuff down there, so people don't really explore it. Wait, what? There was this one conspiracy theory where there is a lot more Earth that we don't know about. Antarctica is a big wall, and Earth is like Saturn size. No. If Earth was Saturn sized, so much about our rotation around the sun and like the length of our days would be drastically different. So I'm gonna say no to that. And like the whole ice wall thing at Antarctica, that is part of the flat Earth theory, I believe. So yeah, I don't think that's a true one. It's definitely not real, but it's really cool to ponder late at night. I mean, as long as you're, reminding yourself that it's not true. That's the important thing. Conspiracy theories are fine as long as you remember that they're not true and that it's all bullshit. And that in a lot of cases, those conspiracy theories are just ways for people to control you and control your thinking, as is the case with like QAnon and like election bullshit from Donald Trump. Oh yeah, that was something I was going to bring up earlier about Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with movies, but it's pretty fucking funny. He seems to be intent on like getting arrested. Like he's almost going out of his way to get arrested. So I don't know if you guys heard this, but there was like a seizure of documents from Trump's estate at Mar-a-Lago, and he's been like real pissed about it. And I guess this morning he like woke up and chose chaos and posted like 60 messages on that social media platform that he like helped or that he funded or whatever, so that he would have a platform because he's not allowed to be on Twitter. And I guess this is a thing that he said. There seems to be confusion as to the picture. Oh, wait, I should probably give you guys context, so I'm going to talk about this. Let's see if I can find it. Trump documents. Yeah, there's the photo. So here you go. This is the photo that Trump is referring to. It basically shows a bunch of different things from Mar-a-Lago. You can see them being top secret, whatever. Lots of top secret documents, lots of folders and shit like that. Just like lots of things, right? So then in response to that, Trump is like, there seems to be confusion as to the picture, in quotes. I don't know why. I think we can all agree that it was in fact a picture, where documents were sloppily thrown on the floor and then released photographically for the world to see, as if that's what the FBI found when they broke into my house. Wrong. They took them out of cartons and spread them around on the carpet, making it look like a big find for them. They dropped them, not me. Very deceiving. And remember, we could have no representative, including lawyers, present during the raid. They were told to wait outside. So the hilarious thing here is that Trump is admitting that he had cartons of top secret things that he wasn't supposed to have. Cartons of them. Not a few files, not a couple of files, cartons of files. Incredible. Just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Really hope that guy goes to jail. Hope that him going to jail doesn't start a civil war. But hey, if anyone here is from America and they need to escape a civil war, I've got a futon for you. But then you're gonna have to come on the live streams with me, so be ready for that. Oh, I mean Fernando, you're not wrong. Donald Trump is like the definition of a moron. If a civil war starts, I'm Team Cap. Well, we know that about you, Don. We know that more than anything else. The only thing you love more than Judi Dench is Chris Evans. It'd be really nice if a civil war didn't break out. I'm gonna say. Being this close to a nuclear superpower that's at war with itself, living in Canada, not a big fan. Not a big fan of that. I'll do a live stream for free rent. We could probably make that work. As long as it's not like too illicit, Like I don't have a big apartment, so if you're doing like cam girl type shit, I don't know if that's going to be cool or not. I don't like the current world government. I mean, we have many governments. We don't have a one unifying government for the world, as much as some people might try to say that. More so, we are ruled by the elite class, who are more interested in serving their own ends than serving the ends of the people that they govern. But hey, can you blame me? Chris Evans is a beautiful man. I'm not going to say otherwise. I am not going to say otherwise at all. Weird. Wait, is this? No, okay, that's not a real thing. Chris Evans is my equivalent of how all straight guys are gay for Ryan Reynolds. I probably would be Team Reynolds if Chris Evans wasn't a thing. Yeah, you know, some people are just attractive, and people are into attractive people. That's my thought of the day. There you go. A civil war will definitely not help Mexico. We are already sunk with our awful president to deal with more stuff. Yeah, I mean, in some cases, maybe a civil war would be good because it means, like, America wouldn't be as focused on Mexico, right? So maybe that's good, but then I don't, yeah, it's probably not. It's probably bad for everybody. A civil war in America would be bad for everybody. I am going to stand here and bravely take the opinion, the stand, that a civil war would in fact be bad. Hugh Jackman is very good looking. Yeah, he is a huge Jack man. We all know this. But yeah, Fernando, I have heard that your current president is not very good at dealing with the cartels and that it's just getting kind of worse in Mexico on that. So that sucks. That's a bad thing. Why can't the world just be less bullshit, you know? Why can't it just magically be good? Right now, I was going to go check out the film news. Is there any film news going on right now? Yeah, this Triangle of Sadness, or excuse me, Triangle of Sadness actress died. We already talked about that a little bit. This headline made me laugh. Aquaman star Yahya Abdul-Mateen II says acting in movies like Aquaman is clown work. Clown work. Incredible phrase to use in this regard. Career thus far has been Emmy-winning turn on Watchmen, blah, 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 blah. Let's actually go to this website. Trial of Chicago 7, Candyman, Matrix Resurrections. The actor recently told Vulture that acting in a movie like Aquaman is clown work, so it's important for him to flex his acting muscles in other projects. Everything should be about getting to the truth, but sometimes you got to know which movie or genre you're in, he said. Sometimes, like Aquaman, that's clown work. Aquaman is not the Trial of Chicago 7. You have to get over yourself. The actor added, in order to survive as an actor and to do well, you have to play the game and then be crafty about when you want to surprise the audience, the director, and yourself with a little bit of wow. I didn't expect to see a Chekhovian thing or August Wilson in Aquaman, but I did. There you go. Well, it would be if Wakanda shared its wealth with all of us poor people. Ooh, Fernanda, Team Iron Man. What? No way. Iron Man sucks. Tony ruined everything. I heard a film rumor, Taika Waititi not doing Thor 5. I also heard that rumor today as well, that he is not being brought back because of the reception of Thor 4, Love and Thunder. Don't know if that's going to be the case, and I think we've also heard from Chris Hemsworth that he would do a Thor 5, but only if Taika came back. So that's interesting. I don't know what that means. I guess like the ending thing where it said Thor will return, maybe that didn't mean in like Thor 5, maybe that just meant in other MCU projects, but yeah. I don't know if I'm excited for Taika Star Wars anymore, honestly. Thor 4 kind of got me worried about what he can do with way too much money when he's got like, hey, what are you doing? When he's got like really no restrictions and he can just do whatever he wants. I don't know if that's when he's working at his best. Oh, I bought Clerks the other day. I'm going to watch this soon. Yeah, Clerks is great. Gotta love Clerks, right, Rocco? Why are you biting me? Why are you a bitey cat, huh? Oh, look at him. Look at him. He's back. Stare into the abyss of his tum-tums. His tum-tums. Mwah. You get a kiss. What's up with the horror film with Winnie the Pooh? I don't know. Apparently the trailer came out for it today. All right. Get out of here then. I haven't watched the trailer yet. And yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. Man, that cat is super bored right now. I'm gonna watch the trailer for it after I go off the air tonight, which may be soonish. Who knows? Taika is not a good screenplay writer. Didn't he literally win an Oscar for best screenplay for Jojo Rabbit? Thor 4 was a dud, definitely, but he still is a fantastic director. I mean, he's done great stuff, no doubt. I just don't know if big budget stuff is where his bag is. Sometimes you don't want to give directors a lot of freedom. Yeah, that kind of goes back to my point about the Hays Code and how a lot of writers and directors had to get very creative with how they presented things like violence and sexuality in films from 1937 forward. And it actually led to quite a lot of creativity because they were forced to be creative. If you are just able to do anything and everything, I think in a way you end up becoming less creative. And I think that was part of what really hurt Thor 4. Hey Rocco, someone said you had a nice tummy. He's licking his crotch right now. My dad's favorite superhero of MCU is Thor, and he hated the new movie more than Dark World. Wow. That says a lot. I feel if they do something similar to Ragnarok with Star Wars, it will turn out great. So that's the thing. I don't know if I want a Ragnarok version of Star Wars. I would actually prefer if they lean in a little bit more into the Rogue One Andor kind of style of Star Wars. I much prefer that more gritty war thing. They could do they very easily could do another trilogy that is in the vein of the original Star Wars, space adventures, things like that, which are cool as well. But you gotta have wars in your stars, right? And why not have gritty war films in your stars? Not gritty in the way that Rogue One was gritty, which was not that gritty. I enjoy Jojo Rabbit, but I don't know about his films with sci-fi superhero stuff. That's fair. Why don't they give Dave Filoni the reins? Because then who will direct their TV shows and make them good? He doesn't understand fantasy sci-fi. I think Taika Waititi definitely understands fantasy sci-fi. I just don't know if he can deliver a fantasy sci-fi project that is good. But I think he understands the genre. I think he just tends to focus in on things. He focuses more in on the whimsical and the ridiculous, as opposed to the more human aspects of the genre. Star Wars must have lightsabers. Rogue One lacking lightsabers. Rogue One had a lightsaber in it. Darth Vader's lightsaber. So don't you dare try to sell that movie short for that reason. But Thor 4 was literally bad at fundamental storytelling basics. Yeah, no, I'm not going to argue that. The point I would make, though, is that Waititi in the past has shown that he's quite good at storytelling in other films. Boy is one that I will always point to. It's a fantastic film, and one that I think is definitely worth watching and shows that he is quite a good storyteller. Someone just honked outside. Rude. I honestly hated Thor 4. It was not good at all. Yeah, I didn't like it either. I was not a fan. Not into that whatsoever. Let's see, what else is going on here? Apparently Bruce Willis is on a summer of self-discovery. Interesting. Bones and All. Is that the new Guduino film? Yeah. Okay, so we have a poster for Bones and All. You guys want to see that? Check it out. Here's the poster for Luca Guadagnino's new film, where I guess Timothée Chalamet plays a cannibal, which is weird, considering the last film that those two made together and who was in it and who is now thought of to be a cannibal. That's kind of strange. But yeah, it's an interesting poster. You don't really see posters like that a lot anymore. Looks like there's just like a lot of not graphical, but almost like fine art in the middle of it. Wild. Army Hammer. Oh yeah, that guy. Now we're going to get demonetized because I said his name out loud. Thanks a lot. Oh yeah, this is some bullshit I heard about today. So you guys have probably been keeping up to date, or at least know about what's been going on with Olivia Wilde and the Don't Worry Darling film controversy surrounding the fact that like she apparently tried to take credit for like kicking Shia LaBeouf off of the film, when in fact she tried to get him to stay on after he had already basically left, and was like trying to convince Florence Pugh to like let him come back or whatever. So stupid. But yeah, and like some of the stuff we've been hearing about this is that there's been more information coming about Shia LaBeouf being an abuser, which he is 100% an abuser. He was in a relationship with FKA Twigs, who is a performance artist / musician. And there are now other examples of people coming out against Shia LaBeouf. So like we know he's an abuser, but because no one can ever truly be canceled, he went on to John Barenthal's podcast the other day and started and like it was kind of meant to be like a redemption thing for him, like talking about how he's seeking help and like all this stuff, and he's like apologizing and this shit, you know. It never seems like it's enough, right? And then now Shia LaBeouf has been cast in Francis Ford Coppola's new film Megalopolis. So next time anyone tries to tell you that cancel culture exists, just remind them, Shia LaBeouf, known abuser, still gets work. Stop making pop stars actors. Why is Harry Styles opposite of Florence Pugh? Because initially that role was supposed to go to Shia LaBeouf, but he was fired from the film very early on, like before they went into actual production. That's why it's Harry Styles. Actually, Christine Romano spilling the tea about Shia was hysterical. Who's Christine Romano? Is not just her fling. Aren't they having a child together? Oh wait, Christy. Wait, who do I know this? Who do I know? Where do I know this person from? Christy Carlson Romano. Oh, never mind. Maybe I don't recognize her. What's she been in? Girl in the Photographs. Yeah, I don't know this person very well. Looks like a voice actor of sorts as well. Oh, pardon me. Harry and Olivia? Yeah, weren't they having a kid together? Oh, she's the voice of Kim Possible. Gotcha. I know that Olivia Wilde was recently pregnant, and I thought that it might have been with Harry Styles. Don't you just love Hollywood gossip? She's done Broadway. Okay, they were together on Even Stevens. Have a kid. The duo who dated for nearly a decade and were engaged share 2 children together. Oh wait, no, that's talking about Jason Sudeikis. Oh, I guess Harry isn't. Harry and Olivia Wilde do not have a kid together. Never mind. And also, I'm sorry, because that's how misinformation spreads, and I shouldn't be doing shit like that. Let's see, what else was happening in film news today? Did anything happen in the film news that y'all want to talk about? Let's see, Chris Pratt joins... Ugh, no one cares about TikTok stuff. Fuck TikTok. Swear I'm gonna leave that platform. Just come back to YouTube. Just put out like a bunch of videos being like, come subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm leaving this platform. Fuck this platform. See how many people come over. Chris Pratt is an awesome dude. Pretty sure he has some anti-gay views. Isn't he? I mean, excuse me. No. I think he belongs to a religious sect of Christianity that believes that you can be converted from being gay. And he's always been, like, pretty low-key about his political views because he would be would be called out for being a Republican, because I think he is a little bit right-wing. Inaritu and Bardo, let's talk about that. All right, let me just confirm this thing about Pratt, because once again, I don't want to spread misinformation. Chris Pratt says he never went to controversial church, reveals where he does worship. So Hillsong Church is where he supposedly was. So why did people think he was part of that church then? Pratt traces people associating him with the town's young evangelical movement to an acceptance speech at a 2018 MTV Movie Awards in which he said, "God is real, God loves you, God wants the best for you, believe that, I do." Perhaps use of the word you in the command "believe that, I do" were a little too evangelical for some. Pratt admits as much to Men's Health. Right, okay. Certainly took it that way. Yeah, so I guess he's not part of the Hillsong thing? Okay. This one thing, though, I'm just saying, even Robert Downey Jr. Defended Pratt's character when they tried to cancel him over nothing. Robert Downey Jr. has come to the aid of other people who are, like, clearly wrong, though. You can't just say that Robert Downey Jr. vouched for him and pretend that that is a good thing. I'm trying to think of the one that I just saw. I don't think it was, what's his name? The director that we all hate. It might have been Mel Gibson, actually. Because I was looking at that recently. Downey Jr. Mel Gibson. Let's take a just a look. Yeah, back in 2011, Robert Downey Jr. asked forgiveness for Mel Gibson. So, like, and let's not forget that Mel Gibson is an utterly terrible person who has said anti-Semitic, anti-gay, anti a lot of stuff. We talked about this on a previous live stream. Mel Gibson sucks, and Robert Downey Jr. came to his defense. That was 12 years ago, but that was while he was Iron Man. Not that that matters in this case, but like we can't just say Robert Downey Jr. defended him, because Robert Downey Jr. has defended at least one really shitty person. Anyways, TJ, the only new release film I'm dying to see this weekend is something that I'm not going to try to pronounce. Actually, that's something that we can look at, eh? It's going to be a very slow weekend, which is why we're actually getting like International Film Day or whatever on Saturday. If you thought that they were being altruistic for just for the sake of being altruistic, that is not true. It is going to be a very slow weekend. Very slow weekend at the box office. We're actually, okay, this is actually kind of funny. There are 2 films being released wide at the box office this weekend. One of them is a film called, where is it? Where did it go? Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul, which is a comedy with Regina Hall, Sterling K. Brown, and others. So that's film number 1 being released wide. And the other film being released wide is Spider-Man No Way Home. It's coming out again. And then we have other films coming out, including Gigi and Nate, the horror film The Harbinger, which looks kind of okay, just based on the poster. Also a movie called Waiting for Bojangles, which I don't know the history of it, but Bojangles is like one of the funniest names of all time. Also, a documentary called Our American Family, a horror film called Salome, but that one's coming out from IFC, so that's cool. It looks like we're getting a film called Peter von Kant, which I believe is not a new film. I think, isn't that film like an older film? No, it's 2022. All right, never mind. And then we're also getting a Jaws re-release and a thriller coming from IFC Films called Burial, which stars Tom Felton. So yeah, we're getting like 2 re-releases of Spider-Man No Way Home and Jaws this weekend, plus a film about honking for Jesus and a couple of like horror films and comedies from the looks of it. Like, this is not going to be a strong weekend at the box office. And I did hear one thing today that was kind of interesting. Top Gun 2, I believe, was considered like the first film of the summer, and obviously it's the biggest film of the summer by far. And because the what's coming out this weekend is so weak, there's a real chance that that Top Gun 2 will be at the top of the box office yet again. And so that would mean, I think it would be one of the only films, or maybe the first film, to ever be at the top of the box office at the first weekend of the summer and the last weekend of the summer, which would be absolutely wild. But yeah, this is the reason why we're getting like $3 movies on Saturday. Who's Mel Gibson? You know who Mel Gibson is. Oh yeah, Fernanda, I don't know what that thing about the healthy child thing that Chris Pratt said. I'm not... Didn't he say, like, thank God I have a healthy child or something? I don't know. Not only is Mel Gibson terrible, he's terrifying as well. He literally scares the shit out of me. Yeah, he's a terrifying guy. If someone who was terrible in the past, racist, anti-Semitic, homophobic, comes out to apologize and they say they've changed, I'd say forgive. But if it's like a racist, then that's different. I mean, so in this case, it's not just enough that they apologize, right? To me, that can never be enough, because in a lot of cases, and in this specific case, we're talking about actors who can lie. They lie for a living, right? So if they just come out and apologize, I'm just not going to take their apology at face value. They have to prove to me over a long extended period of time that they've actually changed. And in the case of Mel Gibson, that would mean championing the rights of the gay community, championing the rights of the Jewish community, and like not being anti-Semitic, and like all this other stuff. Like, and in the case, I think he also has been like caught saying the N-word and shit like that. So he would also need to come out and be pro-black rights and all of this kind of stuff. And I just don't see that from him. I don't see that from him. John, you just want to see Avatar? Yeah, we all want to see Avatar. Admit it. You want to see Avatar. I know you do. I might go see No Way Home re-release tomorrow. What are your thoughts on it? I thought it was fine. I think the first half of the movie is not that great. The last half of the movie is fun. There's certainly like a moment in the film where it becomes more of a fun film. But yeah, once again, I think it's just fine. It's just fine. No Way Home is trash. Actually, I'm being legit. Who's Mel? You don't know who Mel Gibson is? The lead actor of Braveheart? The guy was like one of the biggest actors and directors of the 90s. I think the apology needs to come with action. They need to demonstrate change. Yeah, I agree with that, Fernanda. Absolutely. That's not true. Viola Davis doesn't lie. She actually lives actual truth every time she acts. Fair enough. Well, just saying I'm sorry has never and will never be enough. When I say apologize and they've changed, I mean they show they've actually changed. All right. I just don't know if Mel Gibson has done that. I've seen no evidence of it personally. Maybe you can be charitable and say that like the people who work in Hollywood with him have seen him do these things, but I haven't seen any of it. Agreed. I was very happy with the last half of the movie, but not for spectacular movie reasons, but for nostalgia and Peter Parker's story success. Mel Gibson used his own money for Passion of the Christ. He made bank. Yeah, he did really good and probably continues to do well. Like, Mel Gibson doesn't need to act anymore. He's probably made enough money where he can just like not be in movies. I don't know. I don't keep up with them all. I mean, yeah, neither do I. But you would think that those kind of stories would come to something, right? Like we would hear if Mel Gibson, gave $1 million to a gay charity or something like that, right? Like that would not be a small thing. That wouldn't just go under the radar. But I guess to that point, once again, just donating a bunch of money doesn't mean that you've changed. It just means that you feel like maybe you can buy your way out of a bad situation. But at least in that case, a charity has got a lot of money to work with. Bless me. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. So apparently the Brooklyn Horror Film Festival has announced like what films are going to be playing, which I think is probably going to be a good indication of what's coming to the Toronto After Dark Festival. So I'm gonna take a quick look at this. Rocco, what are you doing? Look, it's Rocco's butt, everybody. You can see him wagging his tail. Look at that butt. Here, I'll zoom out a little bit for you guys so you can see more of his butt. Yeah, look at that butt. No, Rocco, don't leave. Leave that twitching tail, my dude. All right, enough of that. Enough of Rocco's butt. You guys don't get that for free. I want to be a director. I actually got scared. I was human filth a while ago. I was racist. I was insanely hateful. I have changed and showed it, but I do get scared if I get famous. Yeah, I mean, that's a concern, certainly, but I think also the fact that you're quite young, and I think people are certainly more forgiving of people who did shitty things when they were in their teenage years, if they are truly sorry about it, right? Like, I grew up, like, I was a teenager in the 90s. I said homophobic shit when I was a teenager. I regret it. I hate that I did shit like that. But, now I champion gay rights as vocally as I possibly can. So yeah, I think there is a concern of like stuff getting out, but I think if you are living the type of life where you are constantly showing people that is not what you're about anymore, then, then that stuff is not going to touch you in the way that, say, it did Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson donates to all sorts of charities. He just does it anonymously because he's such a good person who doesn't need accolades. I'm kidding, don't kill me. I was going to say, if he's doing it anonymously, then how do we know about that? But Peter made stupid designs. Decisions. Oh, talking about No Way Home. Yeah. Any glimpse of Rocco is very much appreciated. He's still on the countertop. Actually, wait, is he about to come back? Keep your eye on it. It's very close. You can probably see his ear poking out a little bit. There's his face! What are you doing? What are you doing, cat? We were all teenage dirtbags, but hopefully found a way to make up for it. Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, I was dumb as a teenager. Fernanda, speak for yourself. I'm still a douchebag and sarcastic too. I'm horrible. We keep trying to cancel you, Dom, but you keep coming back, despite our best efforts. Okay, I'm going to head out and watch a movie. Have a good night, y'all. Eli, have yourself a good one. Thanks for hanging out once again. Always appreciate it. I was truly horrible. I also hate how I was. Like, if I'm being honest, I used some very bad language. If you think of that word, I would use it. I hate how I was. That's part of it, That's part of it. You understand that what you did is a bad thing, and now you're trying to make amends for that. That's good. Being able to make amends is like a very strong part of what, as a society, we should allow people to do. It's how the prison system should be aligned. It should not be a punishment. It should be a way of helping people get to a point where they no longer need to commit a crime in the future. Unfortunately, not a lot of other people feel that way, which is why it's a broken system. But yeah, we do need to give people the opportunity to redeem themselves, certainly. I'm not going to say that they shouldn't, but I'm just saying that they kind of have to earn it, Plot twist, I'll change as a person when I arrive to a live stream on time. I mean, Don, you might just be a very busy person. You shouldn't feel like you need to get to the live streams on time. Maybe you just got better things to do. I don't know. All right. Now that you've brought that up, maybe we should do Wordle. Maybe it's Wordle time. Should the first word be cancel? Oh wait, it doesn't actually fit. I'm an idiot. All right, row 8. Let's try that. As per usual. All right. So let's go with limit. No, limit would be stupid. Limos. No, I don't got the O. No. Laser would be dumb. CH. No. What would be a good second one here? No, not grade. Actually, grade. Grow. Gross? Gross is a word. What? Gross point blank. Am I wrong? Am I spelling it incorrectly? I want to do one with L. Limps? Yeah, let's do limps. Ooh, baby. All right, so P-R-I prime. Shit, that's not going to be it, but it's going to be close. Ooh, look how close that was. P-R-I. Prike? No. Pre? No. Pride. I bet it's pride. Let's do it. What? What? Oh, no. Prine? I don't think that's a word. Prive? Deprive. Okay, I guess not. Price? What the fuck? What is going on right now? Okay, so it's not W-E. It's not E, is it? No, that would be stupid. Y-E-U-E? No. No, it's not that. P-R... No. H-E-J-E-K... No, it's not that. B-E? Prine? What the fuck? We've already... Is this a word? No, prine is not a word. Is it a double letter? P-R-I-E? No. Double I doesn't make sense. Prize. Oh, shit. Could that be it? I was totally skipping over it. I think this is the only option we have. Let's try it. Ooh, nice. Good one, Fernando. I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would have accepted the Z unless we did that. Let's do some actoral while we're here. Let's go. Ooh, wait, is that X-Men First Class? So we've got that figured out already. Are they in other X-Men films? X-Men Days of Future Past. X-Men Apocalypse, I assume. What about Dark Phoenix? Were they in Dark Phoenix? I don't see it. Or is that there? Yeah, Dark Phoenix is right there. So it's someone who's been in all of the newer ones. So would it be... Oh, wait. Is Split here? Because it could be James McAvoy. I don't see Split. So does that mean it's probably not Jennifer Lawrence, right? Because they would have done Jennifer Lawrence, I assume, before. I don't think it's her. Let's try James McAvoy. McAvoy. Nope. But, yeah, we got all these right. Who else would have been in all 4 of these X-Men films? Michael Fassbender? Ooh, maybe. Because he would have been... Okay, let's see if we can find Shame in 2012. That'll tell us. I don't think it's him. Although that could be Shame right there in 2014. Let's try Michael Fassbender. Hey, we got it. What did I win? High five. There you go. Imagine you got the 4th try wrong after having it right order since we guessed number 3. Yeah, that'd be wild. You win a coupon to be nice and compliment Don. You earn the privilege to be nice to Don. If only we could all be so lucky. That's why I'm always terrible to Don, because I never get these coupons. But one day I will. One day I will get a coupon. A coupon. Oh, speaking about films coming out soon, though, that movie Barbarian is coming out the week after this one. So that will be coming out during TIFF for me, which sucks. But I've started to hear things about it. People saying that it's like this year's Malignant. So I'm pretty psyched for that. Pretty psyched for that. Like super stoked. Super stoked, yo. I have not watched the Blood and Honey trailer yet. Hello, I am Sweets. Good to see you. I don't deserve Don compliments. I'm going to watch it after I get off the stream. I don't really show trailers on here anymore because I kept getting claimed and I didn't want that to happen anymore. To be fair, I don't give myself those coupons, so Fernanda should be honored. I'm sure she is. Quite honored. But yeah, I was just going to check in quickly, see if is anything happening at TIFF this weekend, or are they closing down? Because before the festival, they usually close at some point so that they can like actually make preparations for the festival. So they've got... Yeah, so tomorrow actually is the last day that the Lightbox is going to be open. So if I want to see The Territory and The Good Boss in theaters, I'm going to have to do it tomorrow. Bardo, TJ Bardo. I'm not going to show the footage, though. I am stoked for Don't Worry, Darling, though. Nice. I mean, I was excited to see it. I don't know, the recent, like, uproar about Olivia Wilde has got me a little bit concerned, although I think I probably will end up watching it anyways. That's my prize, to talk about Mexican directors. We can do that. We can do that for sure. Rocco's going back into the litter. Oh no, Rocco's about to poop. Ugh, it's gonna smell like shit. All right, let's talk about Mexican directors. What's everyone's favorite Mexican director? Allow me to go look at a list of Mexican directors. I probably would say Guillermo del Toro because he's so cool. Although Alfonso Cuarón is also super great. So yeah, who are some ones we get here? Inarritu, Del Toro, Cuarón, Emilio Fernandez, Artu Ripstein, Roberto Gaviladon, Fernandez de Fuentes, Alfonso Aru, Ismael Rodriguez. Diego Luna directed a movie? I know Gael Garcia Bernal directed a movie, but is he Mexican? Oh, he is. He's from Guadalajara. Nice. They have a decently okay film festival in Guadalajara. Yeah, Diego Luna is Mexican as well. For some reason, I thought one of them was Spanish, and I don't know why I thought that. Or I thought maybe that Gael Garcia Bernal was like from South America, not Central America, or excuse me, North America. Fernando Frias de la Parna is Dory's favorite one. Let's talk about Guatemalan directors. Who are the good Guatemalan directors? Tatiana Hizo. It's like Tom is saying Del Toro. Hey, Tom's still here. Cat Crap. Yeah, maybe. Have you seen Amaris Paris yet? No, I haven't, unfortunately. Harry Styles is reason enough for me not to want to see Don't Worry, Darling. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, Tatiana Hizo. There she is. What has she been doing? Have I seen these movies? Tempo Casico? I'm so sorry for mispronouncing these terribly. El Ombligo del Mundo. El Lugar Más Blanquino. Ausencias? Tempestad? It's a documentary. Tempestad? Ooh, it went to Venice or Berlin. I can't tell which one. That's cool, though. Noche de Fuego. A drama film. Adapted from Jennifer Clement's novel Prayers for the Stolen. Oh, I've heard of that book. Interesting. I went out for a few minutes. Pitch meeting, not the funny type. Ah, that sucks. I never need to go back to school. I graduated. Nice. How are you planning to becoming a director, though? You're not going to go the film school route? And, like, not suggesting that you need to go to film school, but if you want to become a director, what's your plan for that? Like Don's also saying, these are the Guatemalan directors. Jaco Bustamante, Jairo Bustamante, Luis Argueta, Cesar Diaz. Cool. All people that I do not know. Oh, Prayers for the Stolen. Right, okay. That's what Noche de Fuego is. Yeah, it was in on Certain Regard at Cannes last year. Right on. Not sure yet. I might go to film school. Nice. I've heard the Vancouver Film School is, like, decent. Although, don't quote me on that. Please do your own research. I think you're out west, if I remember correctly. I'll become a doctor and drop my movies on YouTube as a side gig. Yeah, because being a doctor leaves you with a lot of free time to explore your hobbies. Can confirm Rocco pooped. Should I go see The Good Boss and The Territory tomorrow? I guess that depends on how much work I plan on doing tomorrow. But I'm kind of into this idea. Also, I wonder if we're going to get, like, special screenings. I'm going to check out... I mean, it's pretty wild that, like, we're going to be able to do $3 IMAX screenings. That's pretty cool. Might have to look into that. So wait, so what is going on here? Young and Dundas, what are we getting? So No Way Home's back in theaters. Top Gun Maverick is going to be there. Jaws in 3D in IMAX? I feel like that's dumb. I do feel like that's dumb, and I don't know if I would go see that. If it's just regular IMAX, yeah, I'd probably go check out Jaws, but I do not want to see Jaws 3D in IMAX. I just don't want to do it. I already saw Beast. I've already seen a lot of these movies, actually. Oh, this means that the VIP screenings are going to be $3 too, which is interesting. CTJ, have a great rest of your stream. Thank you so much for dropping by, Preston. Have yourself a good night. I'm No Longer Here by Fernando Freitas is really good. That movie takes place on the city I currently live in, but people hated it because they are classists. Fucking classists, dude. They should just all shut up. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is going to be back in theaters. Moon Man, the Mandarin film. Funny Pages, getting one screening a day at this theater, which is ridiculous. What's going on at Scotiabank? What do they have in IMAX? Okay, so should I go watch Top Gun Maverick again in IMAX? It's already pretty sold out. I guess people are trying to take advantage of these $3 seats. So I wouldn't get the best seat for that. What else do we got? Dragon Ball Z Superhero or Dragon Ball Super Superhero? I'd probably go see 3,000 Years of Longing. That's probably what I'm going to do on the Saturday, at least for one of them. And weirdly, they have an 11:35 screening of it. Who is going to go see this movie at 11:35 in the morning? I mean, I might do that, but I'm a ridiculous person. Wait, no. There's probably a Liverpool game. Shit. I got to check on that. I actually don't know if I love movies or Liverpool more at this point, because I basically build my schedule around when they play. So Liverpool's next game, shit. Their next game is Saturday at 7:30 a.m. So that won't interfere with this. Funny Pages A24 film. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I want to check it out. Don, I have news for you. We are never leaving, not until TJ stops the stream. Haha, TJ stopped the stream. Oh, Don, you're going to head out when Fernanda heads out too? Or Fernanda has to be nice to me. I don't even know what's going on with you two anymore. Top Gun is the kind of movie once is good enough already. I mean, it's a reasonable, okay movie, but that's all. No, I get it. I'm just wondering if maybe on my second viewing, I will see something that I just missed the first time, because I was critical of the film the first time that I watched it. And of course, it's now gone on to be the highest grossing film of the year, one of the highest grossing films of all time, much beloved and universally appraised by everybody, except for me and like 4 other people. So I'm just wondering if I watch it again, maybe I will get it. I don't know if I will, though. Get it or see it again. And I don't know, I think I might use this opportunity to go see like Nope again, like on a really good screen, if I can find it on a really good screen. Ooh. Carmen is playing. I might go do that. God, okay, there's actually kind of a few movies around. And this one's got an 11:45 one. Nice. So the Liverpool game will be over by like 9:30, so I'd be able to walk. I'd be able to walk to this theater to see Carmen. That would be an easy thing to do. And then 3,000 Years of Longing is playing. Wait, 3,000 Years of Longing has a 10 a.m. screening in this theater? Holy shit. But I would be able to go from one to the other. Just do Carmen, I think. It's an hour and a half, so that would be over at what? 1:30-ish. And then that's at 12:45. Nah, that wouldn't work. Damn it. Don't you hate it when you want to see like different movies at the same theater and the times don't like line up exactly the best for your schedule? Super annoying. Very rude of them, to be perfectly honest. I also kind of want to see Emily the Criminal, but I don't really want to go see 4 movies on a Saturday because I know that's what my TIFF is going to be. Can Judi Dench be your next thumbnail live stream? Man, I need to do something about these live stream thumbnails because they do horrendously from a click-through rate. I thought that maybe the more professional look might work, but I gotta figure out something else. The click-through rate on the live streams is something like 2.2, like 2%. Like it's very low. So like even if I can get it up to 7%, I'm almost tripling my audience, at least coming in and checking out these live streams, which would be to the live stream's benefit. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do with that. So the thumbnail is gonna change at some point. I don't know if I'm just gonna put up Judi Dench's face, but yeah. They don't work if you recycle the same thumbnail. For some streamers, they really do, though. They really, really do. Like, if you look at some of the big streamers, I think, like, Valkyrie, I think she uses the same thumbnail, like, all the time. And I've seen other people suggest that you use the same thumbnail all the time because it differentiates your live streams from your other content. But once again, it's obviously not working for me, so that's what I need to rethink. I have to convince TJ to watch Amaris Perros. Bardo was shot in Mexico Inarritu. Has not done that since Amaris Perros. I'm going to watch it. I was considering, like, I'm trying to get this, like, series where I do, like, director lists going. I was thinking about doing Inarritu because I've seen a lot of his films, but I would have to rewatch a few, I think, to do that. But he falls into that, like, sort of group of directors who have only made, like, 10 to 12 films. So I feel like that's a tenable amount of films to watch and then do like a tier list for. But, you know, they're not performing the way that I want them to yet. So I get nervous about putting a lot of time into them again. And just a wonderful spiral that you get into with this kind of stuff. Although I did change out the thumbnail for the David Cronenberg tier list. I'm curious to see if that helps it at all. Dita told me he was going to watch Respect and never did, so good luck. Wait, Respect? I was probably never going to watch that movie. Sorry. Yeah. Oh my god. So many flatlining videos. Even the Fuck me. Parallel Mothers is okay, not even close to the other ones. Who are we talking about? Almodovar? Yeah. I do need to watch more Almodovar films. Respect is very, very dull. Oh, wait, is Respect an Almodovar film? Interesting. All right, I just took a look at my YouTube analytics and I'm feeling depressed, so I am probably going to use this opportunity to head out. We're getting close to 10 o'clock anyways, and Rocco is no doubt going to be demanding his food very, very soon. So, 4 hours no PJ. Oh yeah, I guess I haven't gone to the bathroom. I also haven't had all my tequila. I usually drink a lot more. And I probably used the washroom beforehand as well. But yeah, I think I'm actually going to call it here, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on another glorious Wednesday evening. I always appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out, and talking to me about the movies. Just a reminder, next live stream will actually be the Patreon exclusive live stream for mid-tier people and above. That'll be happening on Monday. And then hopefully I'll be doing another live stream on Wednesday. If there's some sort of event in the evening, then I'll just be live streaming earlier in the day. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So make sure to have a wonderful weekend. Watch a lot of movies. Hopefully you get to see a bunch of stuff for $3 on Saturday. And until next time, you better keep watching those movies. You better keep watching those movies. You better. All right, have a good one, everyone.
Get off my plane.
He's looking at you, kid.
I have been, and always shall be, your friend.
The Force will be with you, always.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Hasta la vista, baby.